right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and radio network. Today, we get a very interesting discussion we will get for Kamek. Hold on, Mr. Kabo. Hold on. Mr. Kabo, it seems like you are frozen. Yep, you are frozen. Okay. Today, we can discuss about a very interesting topic. First, we'll get two topics today we can discuss. Let me just make sure I give you the actual topics that we'll get for discuss today. Give me 1 minute here. All right. And the first segment, what would they do? Would they try for discuss today? The coup in Niger. Why are we discussing this today? The coup in Niger? Because you may not know, but the coup in Niger will impact the entire West Africa, considering the situation right now that is arising in that part of West Africa. So it is important that we discuss that. That's the first thing that we get for discuss. Then after that, there's also an attempted coup. Let me just hold on. Let me just give the link to these people that want to join the program. Hold on, give me 1 minute here. All right, welcome to the. Okay, hold on. Want to join? All right. Yep. So I'm just trying to send the link to the people, especially for Facebook. YouTube automatically it sends these links to people them. But I don't know what happened with Facebook. They do except after you done the program at the tender one, the way they manually send the links to people them. That is a little bit too cumbersome. But what I get for do? That's the glitches of technology, right? So yeah, so we get for discuss the attempted coup, allegedly attempted coup in Sierra Leone. So this are the two coups, or coup and an attempted coup we will get for discuss today. So and as always, I always welcome una comments, una feedback on every topic that we discuss now. Now this program, as always, that's the culture, right? We always like for make sure say people then they give me back feedback from waiting I they tell them. Maybe the reason why I they do this is because I don't know whether what are they tell you now? Somebody did na the program we know more about that particular topic than me. So that's why I always want for hearing from una back. It's an interactive session, always. So you comment, put your comment at the comment section of your platform where they watch way from. First, people then they watch way from 3 platforms. The first platform is YouTube. The second one is Facebook. And the third, well, actually 4. The third one is Caster. And the fourth one is actually, you can go on our website and actually watch we also 4 platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Caster, and we own platform. We platform na as una see na tpnradio.com. And maybe it's you saying, you know what, I really want to talk to this guy directly. Well, then the number this way you want for call if you want for call him. The number is 480-409-4001, or just put that on the comment section of your platform where they watch away from, and I will read them at the end of the program. Okay, so today, yes, indeed, as when I see the topic here, coup in Niger may disintegrate unity in West Africa. First topic. Okay, that's the first topic. Now, let me start by saying very clearly to anybody where they watch me, say, I am against military coups in Africa. want to make them very clear so that everybody understand. I am totally against military coups in Africa. I am in favor of democratic system for resolve with differences in Africa. The reason why I am in favor of democracy is because the people get the opportunity for make them vote for who that they want for make it rule them. Okay? That's not a system where I support for say not the preferable way of resolving political issues. All right. Having said that, I don't mind for a government where this government is used as an agent for exploit the very people that government they lead. All right, let me repeat it again because this is very, very sensitive. At the council side, we probably when I say for go able to understand what are they trying to talk about. I always dey against any government where external factors then they use that very government where the people then elect for make it able seek the interests of them people then they instead then they use that government there for exploitation of the resources and the people where that government they lead. All right. Now, how this relates? When I remember, right, West Africa in particular, you know, in the 1900, even 1800, 1700, we get a lot of bitter experiences about colonialism. The effects of colonialism in Africa is something that cannot be discarded or overlooked. Yes, the leaders of Africa are contributing factors for the deprivation and the degeneration of Africa today. Definitely, we leaders them now people that will contribute towards the deplorable situation in Africa. And when the leaders then they become puppets to the same colonial powers where they exploit we since the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st century, then I think it makes a little bit of sense for make the military try for pull the leader then they out of the way so that the people then go able to get good representation. That's my opinion. Okay. Africa don't go through so many stages of impoverishment. Africa don't go through stages of suffering. Africa don't go through a lot of stages of exploitation. So why are they talk about a coup will happen in Niger? Yes, we know say an attempted coup, according to the police, was also thwarted by the government in Sierra Leone. Oh, they can't do that. Oh, they can't do that one day. But let's focus on this here first. So, France. At the Council of France. Let me just say something here quick. Okay? At the Council of France. All right. We know say France being colonized about 14, 15, 16 African countries. I think 13 of the African countries then they now West Africa. Côte d'Ivoire, Niger, Senegal, Mali, Guinea, Mauritania, Benin, Burkina Faso, Togo, Gabon, Cameroon, Chad, and Algeria. These countries are called Francophone West African countries because France came, it colonized them, it took over the countries forcefully and exploited the resources of their countries here since the 17th century up to today. Now, quite recently, we did see some kind of a seismic shift in then Francophone countries here. First one was Mali. Mali overthrew the government, well, multiple times, in fact, actually. They overthrew the government. Why? Can't get any reason why they overthrew the government. We all know, say, Mali is engulfed in some kind of a civil war where the Tuareg, at that area then they fought against the central government for many, many years. Then bring in France as a colonial power, because I will talk more about the exploitation of France in a moment. But I just try for giving the basis of some of them, their military coups. So they bring in France as a colonial master for making them help, because to be honest with you, France is technically, they are not outside of, they don't give any kind of tangible independence to their countries. It's very, very clear. I go tell you more. So then come in, then try, then pull out the Tuareg rebels, them out of the cities. But the problem is, according to Mali, France was using their rebellion, then Islamic rebels here, for siphon the resources in their countries there. So the military can understand, say, okay, why we're not able to fight the rebel them? Why? Well, according to the military, the leader, the president, the one with them overthrown Mali. The military say, when they try for attack the rebels and for try for destroy them, then they tell them, say, una stop. Well, why we supposed for stop for try for eliminate the rebels them? Well, actually, the problem was France was using both the rebels and the central government. You know, that divide and conquer. So the military, because in 2020, it's about nearly 1,100 military folks die unnecessarily. Now finance say, you know what? If this double standard is what is going on, then we have to take matters into our own hands. They overthrown the government. They overthrown the government because the president at the time was just a puppet of France. Now within France, they tell and I they do. And most of the things and way the France they tell them, not only in the interest of Mali, but in the interest of France. The same thing with Côte d'Ivoire. The same story. Well, Côte d'Ivoire then overthrow also. So then two countries that then kick France out. They say, bye-bye, it's enough. Well, Niger, the topic we want to talk about today. Niger, they get the same thing. They get the same problem. Same thing. I think they call him Bozam, the former the president who then just overthrew, they call him Bozam. You know, now a puppet of France. France now in the use and France they exploit the resources from this country without solving the actual problem, because here is the tactics where France they use now them countries, them proper countries here. They know say if they're able for defeat the rebels them, then there is no need for France or military bases of France now them countries here. So they not agree for make the rebels then defeat them totally, because the threat is always going to be there. And as long as the threat is always going to be there, the need for France for they and then countries and they is always possible. That is the problem with Mr. Kabo. Well, it's been a long time. Well, welcome back.
Thank you, Mr. Mankota.
It's Alex. No, it's Alex. We know they hear you. Check your mic.
Check your mic.
All right, ask Mr. Kabo. No, we know they hear you. Hold on.
Hello.
We know they hear you. Mr. Kabo. Hold on. Let me see if
good afternoon, listeners. Is that okay? You get it?
Hold on.
Mic testing.
Let me just see if na me or na your mic, because me know they hear you.
No.
Okay, I hear you now.
All right. Testing.
Yeah. You're good.
All right. Thank you, bro. Long time.
You get a long vacation. I mean, I don't know how many years. You're the only person where they get years of vacation, but I'm glad that you are back.
Listen, I watch your programs every Saturday. I don't miss nothing anyway. I don't miss nothing. The same day you are on, I watch them.
Okay. So you're not missing anything. All right. So we talk about the Coup in Niger and how it get for impact West Africa. Now that one at the time, I want for some kind of a historical perspective of why some of them coups they take place. You understand? So it's the same put at the tell now. France, they use the chaos na then countries there for make them continue for exploit the resources. Well, Cote d'Ivoire noticed that, then kick France. Well, I'm not supposed to military coup, but indeed, if France is, this is the tactics way France they use, any African, you could say, you know what? Yeah, I know they support coups, but this coup, and they support them. As long as France is out of Africa, that's a very good coup down there. The same thing with Niger, the same thing with Mali. Okay. Now, when we look at them countries here, this is the GDP for the Francophone countries there. For example, Niger get about $14.9 billion GDP now in the get. Okay? Cote d'Ivoire get about 70. Mali get about 19. Burkina Faso 19. It's almost the same. Now, these are the GDPs of them countries. Let me just look at how deplorable them countries are. Well, I don't need to tell you now. The people, about 70 to 80% of the people that are them countries they're not able to afford 2 meals a day. Okay. Now the total GDP for Africa. It is between 3.1 to 3.5 trillion dollars. That's for the entire Africa. Okay, that's not the GDP this way African economies they get in total. Well, out of that 3.1 to 3.5 trillion, the Francophone West African countries get between 292 to 300 billion dollars annually. 292 to 300 billion annually. That is the Francophone West African countries. Now then GDP this. Okay. The reason what make I want for make this foundation for Leone understand why France need for leave Africa at this time. Now, out of this, let me just call on $300 billion. France is getting a dividend of $500 billion annually from the Francophone African countries. $500 billion annually. So, well, somebody go out for ask me, well, how comes France they get $500 billion out of the $300 billion way the Francophone countries there and they get. Well, there's a reason for that. This is the reason. Okay. First of all, why France they get them kind of enormous money in Africa? Why? Well, it relates to the Berlin Conference in 1885. What's in this Berlin Conference? This was a conference where they hold in Germany in 1885, where some of the colonial powers in Africa go sit down and try to determine how they go able for, govern or rule Africa, waiting at the conditions. Okay, and the Francophone countries, they forced them countries there for make them sign a treaty with France. Waiting at the treaties. Number one, every Francophone African countries is required to deposit the annual reserve to the Central Bank of France every year. Your annual reserve should be deposited to the French Central Bank. That is a requirement based on this Berlin Conference meeting with the whole in 1885. Then what in France they do? France they take this money and invest in the stock market. The money where France they get from all the Francophone African countries. Yeah. France they take this money, invest in the stock market, the global stock market, and how much dividend where this money they pull? $500 billion every single year. Well, that's what down the number 9, as you say, pathetic. The worst part of it is, number one, the French or the Francophone African countries, yeah, from this profit, they know they get nothing. Nothing, absolutely. So then they only get the money where they put in the central banks. Yeah. But the pathetic part here is, if them people, like for example, one of the countries, in emergency, you want to withdraw money from the reserve where they get in a French central bank, then go only allow them for make them withdraw 25% of the deposit. 25%. So you see the pathetic exploitation where France they incur Nigerian Francophone countries here. And this has been going on for hundreds of years. Just imagine from 1885, right? So this is not something where we know they go on. Now, apart from the reserve, because that's not the reserve money that one day, apart from the reserve, specifically Niger, some of them not say Niger, now they get some of the best uranium type in the world. In fact, now the 7th largest, they get the 7th largest deposits of uranium na the world, Niger. If I remember during the time of the Iraq war, right, 2003, right, where the United States was arguing that, the yellow cake from Niger. When I remember that debate day where US want to invade Iraq, some of the arguments will say they sought, the Iraqi government sought uranium, Niger for build a dirty bomb. Not so. Well, the uranium where Niger they get, then they export about 40% of that uranium. Then they export them now France, because France gets some of the largest nuclear power plants at the world. So the power plants then they fuel. That's where it's coming from, where they get their light 24 hours. Well, in France, they get these resources from Niger almost next to nothing. They get 24 hours light. But the Niger citizens, 90% of Niger citizens do not get electricity. In fact, Niger, then they get their own electricity from Nigeria. From Nigeria. They get their own electricity. Now, the other, devilish part of it is the uranium. Yeah, Niger gets the type of uranium is called U-235. It's very, very expensive. Very, very expensive uranium. The type of uranium Niger gets, then call them U-235. So, almost France, they buy that uranium from the government of Niger, $11 per kilogram. $11. Now, then they buy that one there from Niger. Almost and they go sell at the global market, $300+ for a kilogram. $300+. From $11, then they go sell at $300+. Some them say it's even more than $400. I just want to forget a conservative, estimate. $300+. Niger get about 80 to 90% people then they're not able for 2 meals a day. And France is siphoning the resources of them countries and the Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, and the other, what they call them. Then they siphon they want them from the people. They don't care about the people there. Now just look at what they happen at the Mediterranean Sea. When them poor African countries them, with all the resources we will get, they run away from Africa because of poor governance and wickedness and colonialism. Then they try for calm in Europe or some parts in an advanced society. Some then they shoot them na the sea. The Italian Navy, then they shoot the poor African na the sea. Kill them. Well, if France really value Africa with them enormous resources away than they get from Africa, by the way, they're supposed to do more for Africa. But here is the thing. Because Niger got their independence in August the 3rd, about 2 days ago, 1960. Now, they get their independence from France. Well, technically, independence. If you understand what I mean. From that same day, we waiting France not agree for relinquish the military of the Francophone countries is actually controlled by France. The resources of them countries is controlled by France. The finance of them countries is controlled by France. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look into them here, is this independence? Because for the thing we are on the way all a country, the resources, the military, and the finances. If a country not able to control them countries, their systems and then there's nothing like independence. So this is the kind of independence where France give to them Francophone countries. But thanks to one very important woman, it takes a woman for me, it can reveal their secret because some of we learn go school in Africa. We get a little bit of African history. We don't want to hear about their history until Dr. Alikana will be the AU ambassador to the United States, will reveal this exploitation where don't they go on for hundreds of years. Even the leaders of the Francophone countries, they know when they tell them people, they say this is the type of exploitation where France they exploit their country. Now the reason now the way France fights very hard for make them kick out that woman there from the AU. And then kick them. Well, like one saying and say you go able for kill a good person, but you not go ever able for kill in good idea. Well, then don't kick them out. But the idea is now generating interest in minds of young Francophone West African countries. But that makes them they rebel, them kind of rebellious here. Okay? That the reason why then they rebel. Because and the audacity where France gets, make you see the arrogance of their colonial power. Audacity where France gets he tell the Niger government, say, if their own interest is threatened, then they invade Niger. A sovereign country. Now, they tell so. A sovereign country, when I don't say, when I don't give them people their independence, so technically it's a sovereign country. And if it is indeed it's a sovereign country, then get the right to determine the new future. Not anybody they come from outside who can determine the new future. This is the reason why I say certain military coups sometimes is manageable for trying to clear out certain problems in Africa. Okay? So what's that? And I realize it, well, their own interest is at stake because now they don't kick them from Mali, they don't kick them from Burkina Faso, and very soon then they can kick them from Niger. So the difference is evaporating in Francophone West African countries. This is why France is so desperate. But as we now know, the relics of independence still they continue in Africa. One of them, the leaders of Africa, some of them are relics of independence. And it happened for this guy, the president of Nigeria, the current president, the new president of Nigeria, Ahmed Tinubu, Paul Ahmed Tinubu. Well, what did France do? And the European Union. Then go to this guy because right now the chairman of ECOWAS. They go to tell and say, hey, we interest that place they at stake. So as you know, because this is 71-year-old, 71 years. So that means say this guy been done some of colonialism. So he don't use from where he been they grow up. He don't use for good. They say yes sir, yes sir. Because that was the mentality of colonial masters. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So now then they go back to and say, hey, we don't exploit that consider but it seems same. Then people and they don't begin get problem with we. So we want to make you help with for make we go to store with puppets again. This is why Tinubu is fighting very hard for use ECOWAS for make them go invade Niger and restore France them puppets for continue to exploit the Nigerian resources. So when I see the irony here is an African leader. We get Africans then where the constitution talks saying now 2 years, now 2 times, was it 2 years, 2 times, now India is supposed to forget. After the 2 times, young people then they go change the constitution, they add more times for make them day. Which school way pass that one day? No, let's be fact. Which school way pass somebody where they go change the constitution for make it continue for rule by force? If you know somebody where actually now a Pan-Africanist, somebody where not a relic of the colonial masters, people in there is supposed to go put the power, restore constitutional democracy. But no, they do it. So this is the situation yes, now West Africa. And now ECOWAS don't give, I think they say 7 days. Well, tomorrow, 9 of the 7 days, we then say if Niger no hand over back power to the puppets, then they invade. Well, Tinubu is such because he's too old enough in mind, don't weak too much. So it reacts based on emotions. Instead of don't give this ultimatum. Well, now they go to the young assembly, the parliament, for make them opportunity or the authority for making invade. Well, the parliament seems like they are not willing to do so. As of yesterday, I don't know whether that's going to continue, but based on the parliament's proceedings where take place Thursday, it seems like the country is divided. Well, it don't give ultimatum. The ultimatum is coming. France is pressuring him for make do something. Now, what did that happen? The danger why I say it has an implication in West Africa. We all know say ECOWAS, economic community of West African states. Now, an institution is supposed to make sure say the economy of West African states will be stable and prosperous. That's not the main reason why they ECOWAS. Okay. Well, but now Mali, Algeria, Burkina Faso, and Guinea, they're all young countries here, with the exception of Algeria. They're all military coup leaders and get. They said they don't stand same if ECOWAS invade Niger, then they fight. That's not a declaration against themselves. So then they fight on the side of Niger. So you see who say the disunity of Africa is coming just because we want to satisfy an old colonial master where they exploit the people and they don't give a damn about Africa. In fact, at one time, the former president of France, Jacques Chirac, some of us are here, he said, to be honest with you, they talk about Africa. But France will not be France as it is without Africa. France is getting nearly a little bit, maybe $1 trillion from Africa. $1 trillion. And looking at France GDP, now 2.something trillion. 2.something trillion. So if France is getting $1 trillion almost from Africa, where their own GDP, that is almost half of France than GDP. If that link they cut, France is going to become a third world country. What's that get for replace that? No, yeah. France not gets many resources. No. So let me bring in Mr. Abdul. Mr. Kabo. Mr. Kabo, it's been a pleasure having you back at the program. So based on what you have talked about, what are you take before we go to the next segment?
Once more, good afternoon, Dr. Mante. I've been a long time. But anyway, I don't miss you because I always watch your program. Now, this is very, very, very interesting and very shocking and very important. First of all, any agreement from the 1800s that is in existence up to this is slavery.
Yeah.
We've been far more than that. How many years? 1800. So now you have an agreement. In those days, when people were not educated, when people are not aware of what the world is, and you still work into that agreement, that is total slavery. And that's what is happening with these Francophone countries. France didn't free them. They just find us another way. We're not gonna be the leaders. We're not gonna bring your governor or whoever the vice president. But we're gonna have a deal. You're gonna be the president. But this is what you're gonna be. You have to pay us in ransom. That's payment. Now look at this situation which you brought in the scenario of the annual budget of any of these countries that is deposited into the French coffers in the disguise of investment with the stock market. Now, let's say, for instance, I have 100,000. That's what I have in my country, and I give this money to you. And when I need some money, I can only take about 25%, which is also about 25% of it. But this money is accruing benefit, is making profit under the stock market.
Billions of dollars, yeah?
Yes. That 100,000 I have in my country, you making money out of it. And when I need to borrow, you don't even give an account to me. What percentage has my country accrued from the stock market? Because you can tell me, okay, you have 100,000 here last year, but I'm not talking over how many 200 years ago. You 100,000. Let's say you put 100,000 every year for 200 or at least 150 years. How much money is that? And as we know the stock market today, how much money is that accomplished? Now, and you don't tell me that, okay, from this year to this year, this is what profit we make. And when you want to take a percentage, we have to include all. If you make 3 billion, we're going to take a percentage of 25%. That would have been better. But no, you said the current amount I put within the current year, that's where I'm going to take a 25%. And not including the profit. So my question is, where was the profit going to?
So France and budget. Yeah, you see,
may God help us. Now, you mentioned about that lady. I think you mentioned about people this guy in Nigeria and the ECOWAS. But ECOWAS knows this. Am I correct?
Huh?
ECOWAS is aware of this situation in the Francophone country. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are right.
Did they ever ask about it? What did they ever say about it?
They don't care. They are the puppets of France. They don't give a damn. In fact, what happened? After this woman revealed this secret, what did France do? France go to the AU, they all pressure the president of the chairman of AU for make he sack that woman there. Because if
I always listen to that woman. I listen to her very much. You know? And now the ECOWAS is planning to go to Niger to invade if they don't bring in the former president back to power. Now, it seems to me that this guy has taken a lot of money from France and Britain and the EU, whoever is behind the back door for protection, and which will ultimately affect Nigeria, the people themselves. Because France is not good to Africa. Any arrangement made by France should not be considered an agreement. Any agreement in Africa, as far as we know today, what France is doing must not be accepted.
Yeah.
Is there any court of law to sue this animal? Mr. Manko?
Well, I don't know, because if you go to the international courts, they are actually controlled by the same Western people. So where are you going? Where you go? So this is the situation. This is why some of these military coups, sometimes, even though I am against military coups, but this type of exploitation actually warrants a way, especially if it is only France that came in and invaded and exploits people without using the African. But the French government is using African leaders to exploit African resources. That is the irony.
Yeah, Mr. Mankota, the idea of the military is to protect our sovereign states.
Yeah.
If a foreign person like this comes to invade us, that's war. We have to take care of him. And that's what the Francophone countries are aware of now, and that's what they are doing now. Because that's war into our country. And it's been too long. And now how many of them? It's broadening. We hope they take them. But all I would say is, I personally am with them, and I pray for them that they succeed, because France has been a parasite over their bodies for over 200 years.
Yeah. I think enough is enough. You know, this type of exploitation in the 21st century should be stopped. Whether stopped voluntarily or stopped militarily. And I think the Niger military, the Burkinabes, the Guineans, and the Malians are actually now bonded together. Say, you know what thing? Because what it affects them people that they affect we too. Because with the exception of I think Guinea and Burkina Faso, I think is it Burkina Faso or Ivory Coast? One of the things where I left now the history. When France won for the independence, well, not necessarily independence, because we find the fat cow, then you give the rope to the person. That's not independent now. But let's just take and say independent for the sake of argument. What did they do? They asked all them countries here for make them continue using that is the currency for France. Okay? The currency where France they use. Now, whose countries then we refuse. I think it's for certain. I know say Guinea. Secretary not be allowed. They say no. When you say independence, I have to be independent. You know they can't tell me for say make I continue using your currency where it is continue for exploit with. Then I think was it Ivory Coast. You know what in France do? All the infrastructure where them building at them country and they like Guinea. Them go pull all even to the pipe, the waterborne pipe. Then go root them. After they don't exploit them country and they for hundreds of years because a leader say no, enough is enough. Then go root everything. Like no say, France they're not get no sympathy. They're not get no interest for develop Africa.
Yeah, Mr. Mankota, let me just give you an example of one of the countries that was getting independence because they wanted their independence. A great nation, which they put into the ashes today. The Caribbean here in Haiti, you know, that was colonized by the French people.
Yeah.
When they were leaving, what you are saying, exact place what they did. They scrape all the tar, even the tar ground, the full tar, they scrape it out from from Haiti. They left them poor, and that's what makes France Haiti what it is today. And they destroy their character in the international world. Yeah, they are not good for. They are not good people. They're not good.
Yeah,
I think it is time to take them out.
And it is time for me to tell we leaders and say, if you really believe in a democracy, because they say democracy is what? A government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Okay, for the people, correct.
They don't say a government by the foreigners, for the foreigners. You know, so it is time for now we begin tell we leaders and say enough is enough. It's time for make you take the interest of una people them seriously. Because now the people that we represent, not to Western interest we represent. I don't say that we not do business with the Western society because no country is totally independent or self-sufficient, right? So we get what we call bilateral trade. That get for continue, but we need to eliminate the exploitation from the equation. If we eliminate exploitation, then I think Africa will able to develop rapidly than the way we the cripple today. So. You know, you guys anything before we go to the attempted coup national?
Well, we can tie that exploitation to Sierra Leone. The France exploitation to what is happening in Sierra Leone with regard to our minerals, with the bogus deals, the international organizations or companies coming to Sierra Leone to sign with the government.
Yeah,
and that's another exploitation. But for now, we will rest that and move on to the next one.
All right. So,
if you don't mind,
talking about Coups, about a couple of weeks ago, the police, the Sierra Leone police department announced they don't arrest certain people where they attempted a coup. Okay, you see, there are people here. Some of them are military officials. Some of them are police officials. And I don't know. I think some civilians or something like that. So they announced they arrest some of them people here across the country because these people are planning a coup. Okay. The problem here is we don't know who them people are because their identity was never released to us yet. And we don't know why they not released the names of them people here. But you know, like I always say, the government has to be proactive. The last thing what we need now is another chaos, another civil war. And if indeed the government believes them people here, they attempt a coup, then the government has the responsibility not only for arrest them, but also to be transparent. Because Madabio in government, now about just 2 months ago, when we re-elect them democratically, so he owed the people them the responsibility to tell we would have overthrown the president or the government who just don't elect. Unfortunately, the government is not doing that. Okay. So on the TPN, I've been 3 days ago, I've been making some theories because when tangible, correct information is missing in social media or in the internet, then theories they fill in. Everybody they come with your own theory. Because so me come with a theory. What thing I be say? First of all, I asked the government for showing the identity of the people, number one. Number two, the government has to be transparent. But I also believe this is not actually a real coup, in my own opinion. And this is why I think it is not actually a real coup. What I've been saying, I've been talking, this have been.
Go ahead, I hear you.
Yeah. This could have been some kind of delusional people there where social media stuff don't give you the opportunity when somebody don't go drink alcohol or don't benefit with the incasada leaf. They just go see on social media, one for type, or then they sit down and they discuss. Okay, hold on, let me just bring you in again.
I'm here.
Yeah. See you. Yeah. So sometimes then they sit down and go create one funny WhatsApp group. Then they sit down and they talk all kind of trash. I said it could be that was the issue here. Maybe the government detects some of them channeling away. They go on a social media. Maybe somebody sit down, then sit down and talk, say, they can't overturn the government. These are some of the things that they read every single day with delusional people them within a social media. So, well, some people then say, well, that's not the case. Now the TPN forum. But was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. Then they release audios where people then get a group where then they discuss about, well, will you go overturn the government? Then don't go buy pistol. Then don't go buy how them call bullets. Then get the name. How them call bullets?
Stones. Huh? Stones.
Then don't go buy 8 stones. Okay, I listened to all the audios there. I realized maybe my theory look correct. I'm not saying the government should not arrest these people because the government should always be proactive. Like this is not a serious coup because, to be honest with you, how did they try for overthrow? Seriously, they plan for overthrowing the government. Then they go make a forum on the internet where the internet is always public. Then when they go begin talk about a plan the way when they go overthrow the government. This is something that me believe. If them people are seriously and believe same, now plan them they plan for overthrow the government, then them people are delusional. They're delusional. Because the internet is not private. Anybody will tell you, say, I get privacy on the internet or something. You don't understand the way the internet works. The internet is a collection of networks. And the networks is a collection of computers all over the world where they communicate from each other. For example, anything where I type now, before he reach Mr. Kabo, let's say I send message to Mr. Kabo, you understand? Before he reach Mr. Kabo, you're not going to say the package, because that's what we call down and then that's and then the package where I send. Sometimes you don't go all the way Europe, you don't come all Europe, you don't go now Asia, you don't come all Asia, you pass now the Middle East based on the networks. Say it can reach Mr. Kabo. So tell me, each and every network that package they touch, the people who get that network, they see that package, and they're able to trap them. That package they put aside. So anything you put in a social media, whether communication or text or audio or video, it's not private. Stop the illusion. For say they text you girlfriend, you think same that is private because now between me and you two. You don't understand. So when I hear people they will say and they try for plan a coup against the government, then they go do publicly, then they talk about this publicly, Then I realize either they're delusional or not attention seekers there. Mr. Gabo, what's your take? Then we go to the comment section.
Yeah, I just want you to explain to me what you mean if it's true coup and not a true coup. Because when I'm looking at here, you mentioned about the internet, and we all understand that. When I say something to you through the website, it goes from station to station before it reaches you, and it's been tracked anywhere it's passed through. It's tracked down, and those informations are disseminated to the people that are concerned. Now, we've seen coups like just the recent one we just talked about. The people who formed the coup who overthrew what the security. What is it? Is it the security of the president? Correct? Am I correct? Yeah. The security of the president.
Niger.
Yeah. In Niger. Yeah. So he might just sit down there and he get up and say, "Look, you're under arrest. If you move, I kill you." He calls his friend. So, I mean, that's a coup. Are you saying it's not a serious coup? That's what happened right now.
No.
Look at Mamadou Doumbouya in Guinea. He was also one of the top security to the president, correct?
Yeah.
Right. He alone could just go and tell them, "Hey, I got him. Sit down there. If you move, I got him." Then they come. Is that not a coup? Now, you don't have to be in the bush like in those days to plan those or be somewhere. Remember when these fugitives, when they are having the August 10, they go through the line, the internet. That's why people will group, right? The only thing is, I'm saying to you, the only thing I will say to you about this coup is that it is a coup, and we thank God the government is very, very, very at the top of matters, all right, and very proactive, and it is a real coup because it's just because that those people who are into the coup are that illiterate. They don't know what you are talking about. They thought it was August 10.
Exactly, now the point that they talk about.
It's just because of August 10, and they thought what happened in August 10. And they're going to do it when they were talking about it all over. They don't know that these things we have. You can understand that we have a cyber security in Sierra Leone, right? And they underrated that. You know that, right? We have a cyber security in Sierra Leone that filters information.
Yeah, I've been talking to one of
very strong one for that matter. I tell you.
Well,
very strong one.
Yeah, to be honest with you.
But I mean, there are people who don't want to commend what the president of the country is doing. There are people who don't want to commend the good things, and so they want to try chance. They try them, and you often hear them that when the president says something, you often hear them say, "Oh, he just trying chance. They try chance. They play on the real mind. They're not taken serious. They're saying that's like chance demanding." Well, based on that, I make them they come up with these things. But I mean. Thank God, the government is not going to come out and tell us who are the perpetrators and who's responsible. Yes, they're going to come out, but it's after some time because remember, information. I mean, short things when they hold one person. Because yesterday I watched the military report when one of the top military officers was giving the report to the soldiers in Sierra Leone. The RSLF, something, I don't know. Right. When he was talking to them, they don't name the people because the investigation is going on and then they can pick up other people at any time. And even this morning, I made to understand they pick up 2 people. I was watching it, 2 military officers. I don't know if the show is up now, but before I came to you, I was watching it because the military officers, the top officers, according to that report, other officers who were also held this afternoon or were arrested. All right. And so the arrest is going on, and some are on the run. That I assure you, some are on the run. It was said by the military personnel. So it's too early to tell who it is. And I listened to some other, when this came in, I listened to an international radio that's doing the interview from a Sierra Leonean journalist. when the lady was asking the gentleman if this coup has something to do with the elections and APC. And I'm so happy the way the guy answered. He said, no, this has nothing to do with this. In other words, what we know for now has nothing to do with it. So the investigation is going on. And I believe when they get the link, the true story about the whole thing, they will come out and tell us. It's going to take some time. So let's give that some time. But they're going to tell us.
Well, let's say justice delayed, justice denied. That's one of the points. But let me just talk a little bit about the audio.
Mr. Michael, it's not justice. This is not justice delayed. It don't apply in that sense. Yeah. Well, I can arrest you today. We can arrest somebody. We can arrest somebody for the justice delayed here is 72 hours of time. Correct? Now, you arrest somebody in 72 hours, you have to charge him to court. If the investigation takes, to get the clue, the conclusion of what I'm going to put him into jail takes 1 year. It will still take 1 year before I put him to jail. That's not justice delay. It's based on the issue at hand. It's not justice.
Let's say I agree with you. But some of the things that way some people insinuate, especially folks, the bloggers them from the SLPP, is that those
you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Are they break up?
Did I break up when I talk to you?
Yeah, you not break up the audio, but sometimes the video they make like they freeze a little bit, but that's okay. I hear you clearly.
No, I got you now clearly. Go ahead.
Okay. So what's happening, Seth? Okay. So
no, we close again.
So you hear me right?
Okay.
Are they close? No, now you do.
Yeah, I did. Right.
Yeah. So some of the
I didn't get you that, but it goes in and out.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, folks. Yeah. You see, if let me see if anybody they get similar experience. I not see any complaint from. I not see any complaint for say. I think say now you network. So some SLPP bloggers them release. Some of the SLPP release the audios then this discussion will they go on. Insinuates these are some of the people that will actually make the government proactively arrest some of them people then they. That's fine. I totally agree with that. For say yes, indeed. And it happened for BC. One of the person we actually named himself, where they call it ET. I don't know if he Mohamed Toure. Mohamed Toure.
I had all the videos.
Yeah, now been former police superintendent where they fired in 2001. They fired with other 5 people there in 2001. Now the police force. So I just see the kind of anger or animosity where it don't develop for some time, where maybe cause they involve themselves and then nonsense here. But to be honest with you, I don't see any reason why if them guys are not so delusional people. I don't say they're not being serious about planning a coup. I don't say that. But so I want for more going of delusional, For say, when they go try for forming a coup, first of all, Sierra Leone, after they pass that law, that cyber law, you know what they do? Sierra Leone go by one of the Israeli cybersecurity software where they call Pegasus. Pegasus, now in most of the governments then they use for spy on people there, for example, then they read your text, then they listen to your communication without even getting having to do with your phone. So Pegasus give that capability to the government for making them listen every single thing you put on social media. Well, now the internet generally, not only social media, now the internet. So either like what you talk to them people are now dysfunctional illiterate them. Because at this time of the digital world, if you don't understand, say there is nothing way the government they listen to you. And after they pass that law, the government. I've been talking to one of the guys them na Sierra Leone and he been in Maryland, yeah. Not actually a cybersecurity guy, na IT guy, but working at the cybersecurity na CID. So I talk to him because I be want to know how cybersecurity actually they operate in Sierra Leone. So we'll not be get chance for making take me to the place inside and the way them call him because of it's been too easy. But it explained a little bit to me, say, well, this, my dad, because me a cybersecurity guy. Now I get me PhD actually. A cybersecurity, I get me PhD. So they function very well. Do not think because you don't go create a forum and only 1, 2, 3 people there where you know now then they. Even some of them forums here we will they create. They're not secure. They're not secure at all. You know, and always. You hear me? You freeze, Mr. Gabo, you freeze, you don't freeze. Okay, you don't come back. All right. So the funny thing about WhatsApp in particular, where people don't understand, well, maybe they understand, they not just know the implication. Whenever
right. let me do one thing. I don't know whether it's the Bluetooth. Let me take you off from the Bluetooth and stay ready.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. So one thing where people don't understand about, especially WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp now one of the easiest social media way easy for hack. Very, very easy for hack. There is what Mark Zuckerberg they tell you saying, oh, we get end-to-end encryption. Get the hell out of here. You don't get no end-to-end encryption. Now for the people that don't understand what they do, that them you get that encryption and they that's what people like we so. That's what people like when are expert in terms of cybersecurity. You hear me now clearly, right?
I got disconnected and it's still coming in and out. Now the problem is I see myself moving, but you look just frozen. Yeah. And the words just come pim pam pam pam. Yeah.
Now you network. Maybe now your network now they fluctuate. So what's up
I
now?
took off my earpiece. I disconnect from the earpiece. But I'm not frozen. I'm moving, but you are frozen.
No, not on the earpiece. Now the internet. You internet probably they fluctuate. Now laptop they use.
No, it's my phone. Right on
your
my
phone. Yeah, it could be it could be your phone network is maybe USA you day. Sometimes you know if now Wi-Fi they use, sometimes they fluctuate.
That's actually in my house. At the house. Hold on, let me take it off and put it back. Hold on, let me restart the internet again.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. Let me just continue to this. So WhatsApp is the easiest social media platform for hack into. Very, very easy. You can hack to.
I'm actually in my house.
Yeah, I think saying your phone actually connect to the Wi-Fi and you are consuming the Wi-Fi and
I
Wi-Fi
hear like music on your side.
You hear the music?
Yeah, well, the words coming like pim pam 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 pam. That's how your words are coming. And the most times you watch me like this is frozen. So I don't know where the problem lies.
Now your network, now your internet, now you the problem. All right, let me just continue. So, you know go build a forum now social media now WhatsApp in particular. I believe say now 1 or 2 people the way you put there now they no more they listen or read your text. That is delusional. That's all I'm saying. So, but let me go to the comments.
Let me see.
All right. Peter Dauda, are you aware of the identities of the coup plotters? No, I am not aware of. And I hope say the government will able to release their identity then people so let we know whether they try for plan the coup, the one the way they arrest. Hopefully, we go know very soon. Nancy Thomas Rogers, yes, we are. Okay, I know maybe Nancy Thomas Rogers is answering Peter Dauda. Me no know the way they arrest at all. Can I join, please? Hold on. Yeah. I think hold on, let me look the number. You see the number now, 480-409-4001. You can join me in, yeah, Mr. Gabo in network. You see how it buffer. Yeah, so you can join me. The phone number is 480-409-4001. Mr. Gabo, you don't hear it now for saying now your phone. Now let me remove the first one. Yeah. Now your network, now your internet, now in the buffer. So yeah, if you want for call in, you can call in. Hold on, let me see. Not everybody are able to forward and call, but if you want for actually join with, here is the link. Let's put the link. Look at the comment section. All right, you see the link? Let me show you. I the link this. I just don't put the link. The same link, whether you didn't, you see I the link this. Okay, you can able to join me through this link. That they can directly na the studio platform. Not to phone. If you want for call number for the phone, you can just call this number 480-409-4001. So let me just continue with the comments. Mr. Gabo is having some issues with in phone. So Nigeria must go into Niger, northeast, and end this. This is a national security risk to Nigeria. Well, I don't know. It's very debatable because Nigeria, they share about 1,000-kilometer border with Niger. Nigeria, now the north, then gets problem where now the civil war with Boko Haram. Now, if Nigeria go attack Niger, imagine the trouble with Niger then they cause now then border then they. I was listening to one Nigerian expert who been explain exactly something like, oh man, I don't know. Let me pull this one. Well, who knows you that, but maybe not the audio number we want. You get that we not see now the teeth number. You don't say where the teeth white.
Good evening. How are you doing, Pa?
Not bad. Kusha, how the body?
Thank you.
So what do you want to say before we go further with the comment?
I just feel very happy because I don't listen to the nice okay, well, like I join this conversation. Because like all what I want to say, just like I talk, I listen with analyze all over the Francophone countries, all from colonial time up to this state. Really in a very, very pathetic situation.
Yeah.
And for me, understanding, all the leaders who don't count Africa, any leader with the Western and the CC, this leader, yeah, you don't count for now for making country develop or for moving for most of the both the bridges and they try for pull you. All means they kill you.
Yeah.
As they not say you wake up, they kill you.
Yeah.
Right? So the only one for get a puppet say what they really how they want. Like look like the child who don't born at this country Sierra Leone, they like actually up to they forget 2 square meal a day, a very difficult problem with all the resources we get at this country. Yeah. Right? So like me, like what I talk, we don't go through the 11-year civil rebel war in this country. By then we are young, we know what happened, we know what impasse, what we go through. We know the wish for them can't anymore. As far as me concerned, because like I said, what I can see, now 2 major political parties they'll get. SLPP, APC. Right? Who were born inside the APC era. Say checking time ASEAN. A member ASEAN, a match pass for her. Say country Momo. If actually what you get at this country, so by this not for the run for we see people they go and die stronger, they go down a tempo run. Now because of bad governance.
Bad governance, yeah, true.
Yes. So like me, are they against just like I talk military coups completely because they tell you say they say the worst civilian government is the best military government.
Yeah.
So but what do you mean the time for say, we don't fetch this wire, we not say nothing. Nobody don't benefit from this war. Not just a loss completely.
Yeah.
So if we don't return back to democracy, all what you make you say, what you say if you grumble. Now again, just like a football match, when I can go on a pitch on a player, it can possible say the referee go one side, this other side win, or a go on side, this other side win. But go back and sit down carefully and prepare yourself for the next thing. Voting don't bother me in my life, especially this time around. I can call and say from 2018, which I don't see this social media. Other people, the reason they don't control, they make money, but we not for destroy we left in this country.
And that's the
God knows. Yes, God knows whether they get sponsors from the party or whosoever. Because me not go come on in the Western world, where I know say a safe day, and they send hate speech, this, that, now go do this, now go do that, where they bring chaos. Then we get gullible supporters and where they just believe. People they don't take their own support politician they ask the God. What and tell them on the final facts. Yeah. They not get time for make decision. They know what they happen at the wall. What say this, and this is good because the quota don't see, especially this time around, not one this year. Then I guess some people they work you follow the women at the channel. They wake one comment, they get what they tell you. Wake one comment, they get what they tell you. Come on, there is no government, no they will don't can at this country will not get good or will not get bad way they do. But at times there are some of them social media platform here. They always talk all just for the bad side. They bring about the good side.
Yep.
Yeah, they talk like to be honest with you, like things that they with any government don't do good. If I can mention to this government, like the facilities now picking it up in top. Where do they go school? When do they pay school fees? Me now one part the comrade they why they bluff to that. They pick it in and wash. Don't just pass for JSS 3 and they forecast it back. And so it's to God to the better way they ask God for. If you people to the top for say, hey, they buy me one, I know, go me picking pass. All the ones I buy, na bag, uniform, and shoes. Pass the lunch while they get, but for say school fees, no. If we will be meeting them opportunities in day, they could they far, right? Yeah. So no matter me, I don't serve with this country. I mean, the length and breadth of this country, I can north, east, west, south. The quality is right side, now the south of this country. The way say I did dark so, right? Na kitchen I did so I did pan cook. If you imagine, na salon I did. If you imagine, na kitchen I did so I did pan for make me meal, right? So what do you want to want a peace now? We want at this country, right? True. And like the thing about there, it's not good for this country at all. It's not good. Like who the waka, who they read, who they see, right? Like what's it time for do? You know what the Southeasterners they talk? Oh, we not kind of power. We not the rule. We know they are boguna. So what we kind of power? We not say we not for rule. And then they born good picking at all. And some of we now the South and the East we don't use for fair no living. Now the North people them come out, but we not use for fair no living then they. So with the wish. There's something like a Rwanda now will happen by the grace of God. And I'm so glad no more with the government there on top of situation. Like that man who they talk for say the situation, the names and now the Kapaka go stay, rightly correct. It took early now for release the names then. Because this is a state issue, we're concerned about the lives and properties of this country. So the Lord will just release the names of the people so until they finish with the investigations. Of course, we know so get for know the people there. Could that be? And what you done there, what you make them not take a life just like Kapaka Auto. August said, say happen. They announced on social media say on the rate it can't happen. People they lost their lives there. You can imagine somebody tell you say, come on and go cry, go fetch, go demonstrate for Tanganes, kill police, burn police, and then do it. Then do it. So if you think like this back they happen, the government not get for sure, they get for be proactive. Yeah. They get for be proactive. So the politician, what you see, if the game not fit for this time, just go patient, prepare back. Obviously, if you say come on a power, would I get for Canais? A piece no get for come back in a power. So there is no need for them to use real resources. They're all corrupt. Then they not use real resources so they don't take. For can kill me back. Because go plan a coup. Obviously, before they happen, they must kill people there. Innocent people always die. Odama gone, you know, they pick the bullets, they pick in a APC on a SMP, we don't care.
Well, here is the thing, Mr. Unisa Kamala, right?
Yes.
Okay, here is the thing. It's very difficult na Salon right now for make a coup succeed na Salon because of the way the structure of politics we don't do. Because it can be said the Southeast take Madabio the new president, this Northwest, they take RW as not the enemy. You understand? So in any case, any attempt to overthrow RW, the Southeast, they grab. They know the green. You know, people
of course.
You know people like the NPRC, where everybody in the country they embrace the NPRC. Here we have tribalized, we have regionalized politics. So it's very difficult for anybody try for overthrow Natadon is succeed. He got attempt to, but you know, we're ever able for succeed because now civil war now they happen no more. And we pray to God.
Well, that attempt self now no one because that attempt it creates bad to the born bad thing. That attempt self now no one. And the thing I want to make you remember, I don't want to underrate anything. Anything. Politicians, they can do anything for the enrich yourself, for their selfish interest. So more not narrate everything for say it go hardly. Right?
Yeah.
Because if you sleep overnight, something happen. So many will not narrate anything. So whether the Southeastern they get for grapple or not get for grapple, may that's not happen, sir.
Well,
Father, we pray to God, may that's not happen.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Kabo, you get anything for stay before I let go and Mr. Denise?
Well, actually, I missed a lot because I was trying to connect. If you see, I put the computer on and I moved from where I was and I came down here.
And so, you look perfect right now.
Right. I moved from the direction I was on the table, then I come to the other side. I missed a lot what my brother just mentioned. But again, I think that what happened in Sierra Leone, we just get to take steps as parents. When we have our homes, little things really happen, we draw attention to the past, to what should be don't happen. And some of these little things, let me tell you something, they get people then way, just like I say, they don't believe the system. Anything with the government, they do, they say that tilo.
Yes.
They are not afraid. They get people that way they are, or the way they send them messages, then they to them.
Exactly, Pakabo.
They're not nothing. Now come on, logic, not practical things that they use. Now logic. So this man just the open call, we tell we say get this, you get this. Now lie. If they can't tell me this way, we say this. And people the way they send messages to them, we convince them, right? And make no mistake about it. Also, then Coups, then the way they happen at the Francophone countries they also they help for then Sierra Leone. For make other countries, not only Sierra Leone, countries in West Africa, Africa in general, for make them talk about this. Anywhere you hear about a coup, don't underrate it. As long as coups are taking place in Africa, don't underrate them. Because these guys are using these coups right now, pressing those guys, telling them the armies are wise. Some are cussing at the military here in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
You know, sorry, I'm in New York. Right? Cussing at them, telling them they are useless. They don't fit to be military. I hear this all the time. I watch the most stupid people then. Now the media, I listen to them.
Yes.
And all these stupid people in the media, I listen to them. They send all these messages there in Africa to Sierra Leone, right?
Yes.
And these guys in Sierra Leone, you got to remember, once you are out of Sierra Leone, you are somewhere away from Africa. Anything you say, you take it to that's what people, them and way they understand. Anything you say, they take it gospel truth. If you say na lie, matter the other lie, na lie the government they lie, then they take them. Say yes, na lie. So thank God, this tie is true or not, but government have to take it. All right. Yeah. We don't let people and say, I like Marabio in Papa Comot. Now I can overthrow Marabio. We they support him, Papa. Once Marabio is overthrown. So
yes, sure, exactly, yes.
Even if Papa now come on at the grave, he can't overthrow Marabio. Now Marabio yes. Once the Marabio is out, then so any dog or monkey, they will accept him. That's what they are saying. So we know all that there.
Mr. Yunis, you get the last one. I'll let you go.
Yeah. Okay, just like way Pakago they talk, like in human life, when somebody don't try for destroy physically, they go destroy character, what they call character assassination. Talk about you bad, how you know they self.
Yeah.
So people they go see you that kind of way they bad. And me on like Julius Motherview, we don't come back now. If I can remember way back in 1992, when they come back, they can't seize power. When I can look at all what they become, they can't seize power. Some are dead, some are alive, some are out of the country. But within them, where they become, where they can seize power, Madabio is the only one still active and powerful in the political arena. And there are people over there, they're here again at the same time, where they believe, say, this man, now can pull in a power. Hey, don't come back, you don't come pull in a power through the ballot. No matter what Madabio do for them. I swear to God, they're not going to ever let them. The problem with them people, they are not just Madabio, not SLPP. If you be any other person for become, they're not going to get a problem with SLPP, but the problem with some Madabio. You know, pull me in a power by the gun, they come back, you don't pull me in a power through the ballots. They feel, who then at this kind of time, how powerful you are. So, no matter like Madabio tell this whole country, this country are all my little where they sleep and sleep in a parents bag, they sleep food, there are people there where they go hate you. I don't know people the way they read the way they can talk. No matter the time for the kid, they go say, no, that man not fit for you. Well, you can imagine, before they can power, not can power it, they say, Madabio no go ever rule this country, no go ever do this, no go. But you are not God. You are not God. The same mommy who born in, the same mommy say bona. So 2012 we love election. They get Ghana must go there fully and food. They sell the picture. They send this country and they say they go back in Ghana country anyway born. Right? So, but what's me the time for cinema? I want to all try for embrace the peace. Peace is the only way forward. Yeah. Politics not a game. To be honest with you, sir, may I swear to God and Eskroma, the big call His Excellency, the officer will be okay. Yes, we not go to election. Even that when they say go attack and Shagma, we for go campaign and Kaila, we not get chance. Pass you come back free to Chas Magai, take the helicopter and then go campaign Kaila before about 2007 election. Come on, you can imagine 2007 election, 477 police stations we avoiding the SLPP stronghold. What are the extra laws by them? Okay, take away the voids, come the reality. But they say because of our votes, they void it all. APC can have power. SLP go to the drawing board. Come 2012, then they contact Kala because our top call results. SLP still go to the drawing board. What's that? This fight, make the country ungovernable. Right now, we life they're all there at stake. Some of we will check and say the president, like me say for the talk, say if I get chance, I need from AXA. This UI way form. At the 5 year they don't start this UI. For more than people they don't rotate them. More we know. People are not need for go pay at the corner. Say put the pay at the corner. Publish your name. Make a known to the country. Say yes. Now this time we after this time they go on. But really, this politics of appeasement, they are moving at this country. Some things that they will not. You see, the European, they tell you say corruption bad. Yes. Now Donald Trump they charge on a court. They go to court. Yeah. Look at what the address is. And not even say former president, say Mr. Trump. Now so the judge address her. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. But what did the chief for resources for money? Now the country they go keep their money. Now they do investments there. But because they gain from that, then they talk up. So why did they hide them people here from we? So you see, so me Africa the quotas of any leader would say you got clever enough for can't take people there forward. You don't become a target. You don't become a target. Which kind of electoral fraud they will not see as alone? Which one? 2012, I can remember Mark Joel, a report he said the winning candidate, the president, he don't can cast the votes in the con. From that day they stop her. He give report say the president they bribe the local chiefs there. From there, they stop that. You know, all that said it happen. But do who resources what they don't take now hand, what they don't take now, let them use the back pocket kill me. You see, this country is a vulnerable country. Believe me, if he says Salomon able to do anything, oh God, the holy bad. Look who past leaders. The thing that what they don't do in this country, what God said they do, if they punish you first good before they die. Even say to a generation, they're not going to enjoy their wealth and day. So if you can't have power, whatever I don't make go, you don't suffer if you own time don't. Lord will be in peace. One day, sometimes God will send for we the Messiah who will come help we go. Me which man don't tell me say Unisa. He say forget about all what's have gone. He say as from now, before 2018 election. He say from now, he say in 20 years time, if you have good leaders, you live an average life. Come on. So I will stop here for now. I'm glad you for joining this program anyway.
Thank you very much. Anytime, the program is always Saturday, 7 p.m. Seattle time, anytime. So just join them all.
Okay, I'm going to try for the join. Even though the megabytes you don't there now, but I'm going to try. Because for subscribe, not a problem. I'm going to try. Make the join. No problem. All right, thank you so much. Yeah.
That was one of the viewers we being really one for join we, it's just one for in mind. And we give the opportunity for saying mind. So let's continue with the comment. So Nigeria can't allow being surrounded by failed states. It will risk their security. Nigeria's security is already at risk. They know they fight Boko Haram for the past 20 years. They're not able to do anything for try for wipe out the Boko Haram. So it's already at stake. So let's see what happened. Let's see what's in there happen. Now, more Caramo. I don't want the West to use Francophone countries as a proxy state, make them unstable just like Ukraine. This is not something Africans should celebrate. The West will take a huge advantage over this coup in Africa. Yeah, I agree with that. And they will do that, definitely. Especially in Niger. Especially France is very, very desperate right now. France, say, if they kick them out of Africa, France is going down. Tell me exactly the resources waiting at France, where we're able to make France did the way it did today. So if Africa come on at the equation, nothing. So they're ready for threats for African resources. They're really, really ready for threats. So no doubt about that. I'm not saying right now they can pressure ECOWAS because then they use ECOWAS to make the ECOWAS fight their own fight. This is something way don't they happen since slavery time. When the slave masters then come, then they use with African chiefs and other people then for capture their own brother, then give them to slaves. So now the same thing here. That make us say this is a relic of colonialism. Tinubu na a relic of colonialism. Anyway, let's move on. Momo Fowai. Hi, Doc. Any military coup attempts in Sierra Leone at this time will take a very different dimension. Unlike past military coups, it's dangerous. It will trigger a civil war. Yeah, I agree with you. I just don't talk about that. I totally agree with you, my brother. Coup, the success in Sierra Leone at this time. I go tell you for free. You go down overthrown, but the consequence after that in they make the civil war where you get, it will be very nasty, and we can't tolerate that. Madabio, no matter what you think about Madabio, well, right now they're not re-elect him. We get for the 5 years. 5 years. I know say a lot of people are desperate right now because of their age, because of other things. Them. So 5 years is too long for them. And to be honest with you, 5 years is too long for me too. I want to let Madabio come out. Outside the camp. Because
I'm not saying you want to be a presidential candidate. You think I don't know? I try to say all what you talk. This is the last topic you will talk. I said, and you don't talk 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
I still read that.
Yeah, I understand that. So now we pray to God for make any delusional person not even attempt that kind of thing. It's dangerous in our country. Peter Dauda, the West and France in particular have maintained their stronghold in Africa for far too long. Yeah, so it's time for now we cut that nibble where they don't tie. We here for cut them. Now the same people when they talk about Africa and despicable people them, now people they're way good for nothing. Then they see like animals them. Why they go exploit with the resources them. France in particular. Peter Dauda say, hold on. Peter Dauda said there is absolutely no justification for the continuous sucking habit of French in Africa. Yeah, they just call on ECOWAS. If ECOWAS not take them, ECOWAS they disintegrate on this particular issue. Yeah, ECOWAS they divide, and now the worst thing that one day because ECOWAS at least now an institution where at least we need for reinforce them so that we'll get powerful economic institution for the reintegration of African currencies, African economy. So if then Sidonte, France go use them, then the entire organization disintegrate. Well, I don't know. Mr. Gabo, if you get anything we are just coming, I don't need for say coming. You can come in.
Yeah, I know. Just go ahead.
Before I say your platform could help caution those bent on such adventure to think hard and take a step back. It will be a nasty one, which we all cannot afford. Yeah, I think you're talking about the any kind of an overthrow. I don't think say that get for happen. And as I'm not saying people are not delusional, like the one that we been a talk now the nonsense platform that they talk. Yeah, then go there, but it not go possible. It not go succeed. Then go attempt, but it not go succeed. Because to be honest with you, we continue need again another civil war. We don't need that again. So we continue for educate people, then waiting at the implication. Michael Cook can say anyone who attempts a coup in Sierra Leone will be crushed by this movement. Period. Peter Dauda, the French national budget comprises hugely of African money. Oh yeah, a little bit over $1 trillion out of the 2-point-something trillion where the budget get. So you see, Michael Coker, APC is losing popularity with the people. They are becoming a social club rather than a political party. Sad. Michael Coker, no make me begin debate you left. APC not to a social club. I don't tell you not to so. We get mishaps. Any party will lose. It's possible for make you get crackhead people, them emotional people, them where they go outside of their own way to cause trouble. That's normal in any politics. Because
yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me say something to that, Mr. Mankota. You know what is the terrible state of the APC? Is that the leaders, the people who hold the party, the authorities, then take the party, then get into what they call grassroots. You understand? And these grassroots people there, now people there where they only need to go vote. They don't know anything. Now then they go ask for any matter where pertaining to the country. Then they go ask them. And they say, no, we're not go. We're not agree. And once they say so, APC, they take them, whether a young boy or a big man or whoever. Once them grassroots, they don't say, no, we're not a go. Now then they determine them feature. And whether it is right or wrong, that's where the problem is. You know, in any society, you have to have authorities. You go to your subordinates, you tap to their information, you bring the information to the authorities. The authorities sit down and make play as a party, and they make a solid outcome out of that, and they bring it to the public. But when they say let's do this, they say no, we're not a go. We're not a go. That's why they see that we're not a go. You remember the Binchimani 3, the Binchimani 3 when they call them, the video is there. Just kids like 15 years, 17 years, 21 years. No, we're not a go. Now then they ask, are we going to go? No, we're not a go. That's why they make the hand there. We're not a go. APC checker. That's the problem. Now the youths that they use, now they tell them what to do.
Well, I don't want to blame the grassroots too much on this, because when they pick you as a leader, you are there to lead. The responsibility a leader is for make it able for isolate itself from emotional reactions them, because otherwise we have been just say collective representation, right? We are in everybody, like the old way of democracy in Africa. You know, say Africa then start democracy actually. How they do them? We all they do, because some of them villages and they now small villages them for making decision, a collective decision, and they make everybody they come. We all they come, they go see on a barre, we discuss, we agree on what they do for the village. This now collective representation of democracy. Now, exactly. Because the population they grow and people and then it becomes too many. Now we get what we call representative democracy. We are in you pick certain people the way they go represent, and this in the APC part, these are the people where we expect from make. First of all, you get for immune from emotional instability. Number two, you get for mature. Number three, you get for be sincere to the people where they represent. And in that case, most times we lead as them because of either ego or I don't know how you call them. Sometimes they're very quick for take decision. Very, very quick. For example, this boycotts way and way and cause. This now one of the huge mistake where we lead at the well right now they don't begin to see the pressure because right now they see some of them are actually trying for find a way how they will get an off ramp. But why do you rush to take a decision, a huge decision like that, and they will get national implication? Why do you have to rush on that and tell the people that so the people that say that we not go so therefore we not they go so that's it, and you begin threatening people? At the end of the day, what's happen after the dust don't begin settle? You realize, oops, I make mistake. Now, how you get for reversal? This is the conundrum where we find ourselves. Not of say smart people are not in our episode. The problem is some people they try for shut down the smartest people in the APC, the most intelligent people. They were able for look at things and able digest and tell you say if you do this now the outcome this, if you do this now the outcome that one day. They don't give them a chance. These are the people where they call betrayers them because they throw the line. They say we now betrayers them. Well, I'm not joining a political party just for satisfy an individual. I join a political party for make sure say that political party they go be a better platform for develop the country. If I want for satisfy an individual, I don't go satisfy me wife, I don't go satisfy me picking them, me friends them. I don't need a political party for go satisfy somebody. No. I join a political party because of the national interest, the country. Unfortunately, that's not the situation. But for say we're in a social club, we're not a social club. It just happens say never Michael. It just happened for people there right now where they give you a lot of unfortunate decisions. Them we're able to pass from that. We're able to move forward by God's power. Mariama Sila, it is a baseless information. Joe Bokari, with regards to the attempted coup in Sierra Leone, we don't know who these senior officers and the civilians are that are being investigated. Releasing information on those individuals will not be in the best interest of the national security of the country. I do not agree with the whole concept of the easy use of transparency. It is okay to speculate. The insurrection on October, that is 10th August 2022 was planned and did not come as a surprise, but the government failed to act on the information. You know what, Joe, what do you mean they try to talk about? Sometimes I just want to make a government be transparent to its people. That's not the premises of democracy, right? Okay, if they're not being one for release them instantly, then they're not for being even announced for say they don't arrest people until they don't get all the way they're supposed to arrest. When they don't arrest everything, then they come out. But when you get the courage for come on a public scene, people that be one for attempting coup don't arrest them. The next thing away they happen, people like who so we get for ask a question, who are these people? So if we try to call for transparency, it's just a practice of democracy. Okay? That's all we need. There's no need for make the police come and tell we say they don't arrest people there. Well, if you do that, we'll get suspicion. Imagine what's in the happen on social media right now. You know the information where they go on because of the lack of the vacuum of information. Then people they don't begin for fill in that vacuum there with theories. They say all the way they don't arrest nothing as them. Well, we don't know the identity of them people then. Now because there are people who want for stock chaos into this because of the lack of transparency. And say, the way they don't arrest nothing as them. That is the point why they try to talk about. And in fact, the TP and I get for tell somebody when a friend to me, I say, come on, how do you know they are all nothing as well? They not release the names they hate. So transparency is good for democracy. Suleiman Escabo. Good evening, doctor. It's been a while without listening to a program. I am happy to come back. Thank you for the good job. Thank you very much, Suleiman. May God bless you. Continue for listening. Mr. Gabo, if you want to come in, just come in for any
yeah, go ahead. You almost trash everything. And if I have something, I'll say.
Yeah. Michael Coker, come on, man, Coker. You know people do stupid stuff. Most of the January 6th plotters use the internet to do the the plotting. So for you to say those people are unserious is laughable. You know better, doctor. Well, what I mean is, what actually they try to talk about is, if you really want to go overthrow a government, the last thing they do is they go to public say, they can't overthrow this government, they can't overthrow this government. And secondly, how they go overthrow a government that consists of military? Mother be an ex-military. You know what's in a coup? If you want to overthrow that person, first of all, you need another brigade. Okay, brigade. But if you go buy 2 kick stool with 8 stones, whatever that means, that they want to know. So I don't think serious at all. Maybe they're serious. If they're serious, then they're delusional. Actually, you understand what they try to talk about, right? All right. So now we go to let me pull you first. It's Alex say you didn't have phone. Suleiman Escabo, doctor, can you bring Cornelius Devo to this program? He too have similar thoughts for the APC like you. That is the reforms you want to see in the APC. I listened an audio of him where okay, they bring you come back. Okay. Where he was interviewed about the current status of the APC. It is just a suggestion, sir. I think bringing him to this program, fine, and surely will add up to your number. And I also want to know the time at which this program, 3 o'clock Eastern time, 12 o'clock Pacific time. Sometimes if the time change, because sometimes right now we get 3 hours different. I didn't at the west side of the United States. So right now to win 351. I believe say na East Coast na about 651. So na 3 hours different.
East Coast New York is 451. 1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour.
So now I know so.
Yeah, na New York 451.
Right now 451 so now.
Correct.
Why we get 1 hour?
I don't know. But you know the time changes. It's not like sometimes it's 3 hours. I understand that, but yeah. This is 451.
Okay, all right. Let's continue. So, Devo, somebody who been on the kind of these programs for so many times. They will be as PRO of the APC. Now, being frequent guest I am. But what thing can happen after he run away? I lost the number where he gets. I call and I know they get again. I don't think they don't in a salon, so I don't know whose number where he get. But if you're able to send me a number or get in contact, yeah, I will be very much happy for bringing Cornelius Devo for the program. Now somebody will not to a stranger at this program. They don't say where they can at the program. All right, Teresa Kubaka. I think you people are on the right track. Amen. Dominic Bangura. Let we sell salon. We don't gains. Let we sell salon. We don't gains. Let we sell salon. We don't gains. Okay, it's enough. If we sell to
Dr. Manko-chan.
You are telling to me, Dominic. I'm not share you want. Let you share because every citizen gets a share now in country. The good news is me get share na 2 country. I get share na American. I get share na salon. Mr. Gabo get 2 shares.
Definitely.
Mama for good discussion. Thank you, Doc, for creating a platform like this. Emmanuel Tamba James, this is really a good program. I'm happy to say the truth. Thank you very much. This is the main purpose of the program. You can't say the truth. This we're not like other platform, exclusively APC or exclusively SLPP. No. We are exclusively Sierra Leonean. So whether you know SLPP, hey, this man where you see so now SLPP. You now SLPP.
Yeah, I mean I can't hold an SLPP, not in New York, right there in Freetown, right there from Sierra Leone.
This
can't hold up SLPP.
Now one of the oldest commentators at this platform, don't take 13 good years. This guy they argue with a way and call. So it's a good platform. Now, the only platform where system is open to everybody. You can say what, as long as you know you call somebody, you can say what you want to say, as long as not for the benefit of the country, you are welcome. So continue for you can share this to your friends them so that themselves will able to benefit from the discussions that they make. Marisa Conte Wakam, because of the uranium. Oh, you're talking about Niger, right? Yeah, France is desperate because the uranium. If they block the export of uranium, France is going down. That 40% of I think somebody is calling. I don't know who is that. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Dr. Mankota, how are you?
Yeah. Yeah, now that is.
Oh, this is Abdullah. I'm on the line to you.
Yeah, you're not clear. I don't know if Nami, but you're not clear at all. All right. Let me disconnect you and call back.
Is that not Cornel? Is that not Defoe? Cornelius Defoe?
I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let me call you.
I hear that voice. Very similar.
Hold on. Let me call the person. I don't know who's person. I know the area. I'm fine. What the person? I know. Hello. All right, hold on. Let me see if maybe I've been done disconnect this way, been a get problem. Hold on. Let me see if I go able to do some quick connection here. Just give me 1 minute. Audio. Gabo, now you here?
On what?
Hello? Well, let me do the
How they hear you? You still on the call?
No, not for you. Now the person. We not hear the person.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, the person. Tanek say, mute your phone. Your phone is mute. No, you're not mute. You're not mute. I don't know. We not hear you. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. Hello? Okay, the person don't go. Anyway, I don't know who's person, but now this person, I think now America I did. All right. So boy, they call back. Hello?
Yeah, do you get me clear?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, we can't hear you, and unfortunately, I don't know. Hold on, let me go back to the settings and see. Hold on. I don't know what you want to say, so I just want to give you a chance.
Did you get me now?
Let me see. Yeah, I said the person they talk, but we barely hear you.
Oh, maybe not from my end. Because me they hear you clear.
We hear you now. I hear you now. Now that's all.
Okay, this is Abdullah from New Jersey.
Hey, Abdullah, how they do?
Good. Thank you very much. Good program.
You listen and not you hear not so, Mr. Gabo.
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
Abdullah.
Oh, and two things I go and talk on. I will watch the program. I not join quick, actually.
Okay.
But the areas they want me. Mr. Kagbo, I think you guessed.
Well, Mr. Gabo, not to guess now, commentator. He just go vacation for 3 years.
Oh, okay. So I just want to touch on something we explain.
Okay.
We comment on about APC that the problem with APC get, they don't get leadership. They don't make decision at leadership level. At the grassroots, they make decision for them. I hope I understand that very well. If not that to say, I think I put in the comment section say, I totally disagree with that. I respect your opinion, but I'm not to say that's right. As somebody who nobody APC and an APC member,
yep.
I think what they try to confuse now this. There's a difference between having the grassroots making decision or considering the grassroots as a key ingredient to the APC as a party.
Yeah.
Then I want you to make APC different from Union Party, the SLPP. APC give values for the grassroots, irrespective of your education, irrespective of your exposure, even if now Congo market you they sell, APC give value for you. So if we go consult you, it don't mean anything bad, just that not to them as input them, not to them they make decision for APC. APC get people them well calculated, make whatever happens. So today we all get different version of them. We all get different way to look at them. APC, the abstinence from governance and parliament, we all get different ways where we look at them. Some people agree within the APC, some people don't agree.
We diverse.
It can happen with any party.
We diverse.
Good. So that diversity and I make we strong and then the strengthen we consideration of the grassroots is nothing other than the fact that we value each and every member of the party. That's the first point that we want to clarify.
Okay.
Secondly, people they talk about let's move ahead. Yes. Again, as I say, some of we not agree with everything we APC do, but we all get right for differ as long as we're able to come together on a common ground at some point. But one thing I don't understand where people they say, I get problem with most Leone they talk about things who don't happen in the past by way of justifying if similar things or even worse things they happen in the present. I mean, it's not good for we as a country, it's not good for we as a nation and as a people.
Yeah, true.
Yes, nobody know they accept say what happened in the past, all good. The bad things that nobody will reasonable no go condone them. But anybody really use that as a yardstick for justify any wrongdoing, whether similar to what happened in the past or even worse than it, and obviously you get any good intention for that country there, be it SLPP or APC. Yes, I don't care also you people they talk about Christian approach. All the people already argue now in favor of SLPP, they talk Christian approach, cancel polling stations and around while counting they go on. This that. But these same people know they go way back when evidence then they now say Smart from the north actually won the 2006 election. The 2002 election.
No, 1996.
I'm sorry. 1996 election over Tijan Kaba.
Mm-hmm.
People then will get legal background. They come out with evidence then now of justification for sure say Character Smart, where the whole world knows he was the most popular candidate and party at that time, actually won that election. People are not going there. When the electoral commissioner at the time, after the election, they end up making finance minister. People are not going that far. You see, the dishonesty per way as a people, we're not going to continue like this. We're not going to ever get, because how we see what you look at now, if you pick who size suits you, you say you want to justify what thing they happen now. That's what that person says we plan for do. And what is some of you advocate, whatever wrong, let me not continue for do. I don't care if Nami Daddy do one yesterday or Nami enemy do one yesterday. Let me not continue for do one by way of justifying things that will happen now. We will not suppose to see they happen at the 21st century. You conduct an election, it done, everybody feels it. This president handpick you and put you there purposely for they do a dirty work like this. At the end of the day, they appear and say, no, not to the president. Now, Mohamed Kone. No, I mean, is this something we really ready to accept as a people? Yes, in as much as I want to see my opposition party in a parliament, me party in a parliament as opposition, I mean, we're not going to just shove everything under the carpet. Let me spend more time to talk about how transparency will happen going forward than focus on the fact say, oh, then people that they betray the country because they're not going to parliament, they're not this, they're not that. The people who always say so are always they tell you one thing. Think about one thing. See, whatever they go on today not going to be forever. there is no way. You might not be alive again, but people will definitely be. You still say other people are not going to use this precedent for continue for destroy the country in this same line. So now that's like you always want us. Let me be honest when we talk in the interest of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother. Okay. Thank you. So we have to move on, and because I want to make sure say I get as many comments as possible. Hi, now let me call you too.
Hey, Dr. Colin from Washington.
Hey, I did what's in your name. If you want to, if you know want to give name, that's fine. Just say a viewer or a listener. That's fine. If you know want to give name.
Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Doctor. I would say concerned citizen calling from Washington.
Okay. Okay. Now the neighbor with Mr. Gabo. Mr. Gabo, your neighbor, they can talk. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, well, good afternoon, Mr. Gabo. Many young contributions today, this evening. I want to talk a little bit about
this. You're talking to me, another area I'm fine now.
Put them in context.
Get clear.
With the coup that will happen in the region. I don't know if Mr.
Even you, Mr. Marcos, I told you.
Is there, okay, now Mr. Gabo gets some kind of little problem with where them come. I know the frozen. Now you, Mr. Gabo, now you network don't begin mess up back. Go ahead. Concerned citizen. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, this is very disturbing with this coup business now we land. It's very, very disturbing. Hopefully, this is not a trend where you go come back to win effectively. But I do believe that Niger, ECOWAS must stand up. We will wait till Sunday and we reckon them voting and say, since they give a deadline till Sunday. No, we're waiting and say. But me, I am in favor if ECOWAS not stand up, Nigeria needs to stand up. Okay. Because this is a threat to Nigeria. They have over 1,500 kilometer border with Niger.
Okay.
They cannot afford to have a Niger failed state, Burkina Faso failed state, Chad failed state, have all these failed states around them. You know, they already have a Boko Haram and another group problem where it come up from Chad and some part of Cameroon and some part of Burkina Faso. They enter into Nigeria and cause problem and run back. So Nigeria have to stand up. They have to do what Senegal do about Banjul, about the Gambia. You know, they need to go in and take care of business. This is their sphere of influence. They should not wait for anyone. I'm surprised they waited. They should have walked in within 48 hours and take care of business.
Yeah, but the question I have for you is, where is the sovereignty issue coming?
Well, I mean, this is not about sovereignty. This, Mr. Doctor, this is not about sovereignty. We have a military that overthrow a democratic government. Mm-hmm. So this is the sovereignty we got to put them aside. There's no sovereignty here because it's the whole region.
Okay, so for the people that way they listen to it, Mr. Gabo, can you mute you? Let me mute you a little bit. For the benefit of the people that way they listen to it, now we have a coup in Mali. Nigeria not coming in, or ECOWAS not coming and take over, pull the coup. We have a coup in Guinea. The same thing, they're not coming in. We have a coup in Burkina Faso. They're not coming in. Why Niger?
Well, there's several reasons why Niger. There's several why Niger. Mm-hmm. Niger, number one, is the borderline to the Sahel region with all this terrorist thing when they go on. Mm-hmm. If Niger falls, it becomes a free fall for all these terrorist groups to roam freely. Because Burkina Faso today, half of Burkina Faso is taken over by terrorist groups.
Okay.
And so is Mali. You're right. I mean, it was sad and very unfortunate for ECOWAS and AU not to stand up when this coup happened first. When it happened in Mali, when it happened in Guinea, and when it happened in Burkina Faso.
Okay.
I think ECOWAS and AU should have stood up. But it's still not too late for them to stand up to Niger.
Okay. So,
right?
So you are saying because of the border line between Niger and Nigeria, that's the reason, or so? What happened if another country come in? Let's say Sierra Leone. You understand? The Sierra Leone. I'm not talking about Madabio. Let's say we get a dictator where in all they seek the interests of the people of Sierra Leone. Then the military look at it and say, waiting, you are not seeking the interests of the Sierra Leoneans, and therefore, will they take you out? Because we say, they seek the interests of the people then. So do you want Nigeria for come in and restore that person there?
Well, doctor, to tell you the truth, any military coup that take over, Africa to step in and get rid of that military coup.
Irrespective of the cause?
Oh, well, I mean, especially if they overthrow a democratic president. Yes, if they overthrow a democratic president, irrespective voting at the belief for takeover, it does not matter because they take over a democratic process. If the military feels strong about it, let them go to election.
Okay.
I hear
you.
Me, I stand for any military coup will go on to throw them out, especially a military coup that is a democratic elected government that the military overthrow.
Can we start with Guinea first?
Yeah, for Guinea, with Guinea, I mean, they should have gone to Guinea. Me, I believe part of the trade way ECOWAS trade for go inside Guinea. This is just my own assumption because they don't want to stabilize the area between Sierra Leone and Nigeria because both are fragile states.
Do you also consider the external influences into these actions?
Yes, I do, and let me talk about that now. That's my next step I want to go to.
Okay.
These externals, what people complain about the French and the American and all these different military way it did it. If you look at the military way they did it, inside them base, then inside them they fight, then they fight terrorists. If my understanding is correct, we know that no African country or any African military beyond Niger and U.S. military and French military and German military and all the European military fighting the terrorists now within African borders.
Okay, what I mean, I'm not talking about the military side of it. I'm talking about the financial, the resource exploitation of France into them.
Yeah, but my brother, that exploitation it happened throughout our whole continent, not to just Uranium, not to just Niger.
So is there any way we will start for say, you know what, we have 1,000 miles. If you want for work 1,000 miles, you get for start from the first step. If like the Francophone countries there now where they try for kick their own colonial masters because of this, is it a good thing for Africa or it's a bad thing?
Well, I mean, the Francophone are like in the plan because if not truth them in the plan, the first thing we think they start with now to change the money. So not to France, the bank all the money, where France they dictate the money. So now like first then they plan number one.
Okay. So
right?
Yeah.
So now like in the plan, number one. Number two, if you look at Niger, the economy, right? Niger economy last year grew 70%. 40% of their budget now external, now foreign contributors.
Okay.
Uranium will bring 20% into their GDP, and the rest of it is agriculture.
So you know, things say when Niger, how they call them, France, they force them for make them sell the uranium U-235 for $11 to Niger. Then they know they allow other countries, then other competitors for coming for outbid Niger, France, but then they buy them for $11. Then take this uranium and then go sell them nearly $400 a kilogram. You know, things say the Niger people supposed to get a little bit more.
Yes, that is wrong, doctor. It is completely wrong. But Ura is in a blame for
Hold on. Well, that's the point why they want for bring camp. If that is a wrong thing, Ura then supposed to protect the people, them, not the government.
But the government.
If the government, this government way supposed to protect the people, them, they're not agree for make that happen. So do you think it is a necessary action for the military for saying, you know what, you are not allowing the people for make them survive as long as now you and you family nobody survive and the people then they go poor. 90% of the Niger people them they not get electricity. In fact, then they get electricity from Nigeria, and now Nigeria don't cut off the electricity. So I don't know how many percentage right now. While this country, Niger country, now then they supply power to France. About, I don't know, not to 50% of France, the electricity now nuclear power. Why you think say this particular government we're supposed to protect them people here, then say no, we they go with waiting, we all don't agree with this, and that's not supposed to continue. If the government, if the military come, then pull them out, then pull this person out, you know, think say it's a bad thing for a military coup, but at the same time, in the long run, it is able to help for better services and better negotiation.
Well, doctor, if that may have been true, one for being considered, but it's not true.
So what's on your side of the story? Where you know it's not so true?
I mean, because we see other examples of all military coups that don't happen in Africa.
Uh-huh.
Now, that is our example for the last 60 years. Yeah. Right? Yeah. We see them today in Burkina Faso. Mm-hmm. We see them today in Mali. Mm-hmm. We see the same thing in Chad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The lie would exploited in time for, now the opposite they happen in the country.
Okay.
Burkina Faso, when the military came over and claimed say, now because of the foreign powers and this, that, and that, they make this extremism they expand. Now the extremism don't expand past inside them in the way foreign military they help them.
Okay. But you believe say now lie also for same the same French government or military, then they play double role where then they give weapons to the Tuareg rebels then because the more
no lie. How don't we go give guns for people that we go kill like young military?
Okay. So you don't believe that at all, right?
It don't make sense to me.
Do you believe during the time of the civil war in Salon, the same Western society where they help with for fed the rebels and at the same then they supply weapons to them?
But not to the same country, doctor. Now,
I'm just trying to compare.
Yeah. But if you look at what they do on the Niger today, the big proposal world is still right now with the still Russian influence.
Yeah.
We see Russian influence.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, that's true.
We trade one colonial master for another colonial master.
Well. First of all, Russia, China, I still get a lot of concern about their own influence in Africa. But if you look at the history, Russia has been working with Africa for decolonize themselves from the West for a very long time. For example, Burkina Faso, Thomas Sankara, now one of the people then we actually been get an influence from Russia, we then kill him. Patrice Lumumba also, but that will take the recent time now. We're in South Africa. South Africa, if you see today, you get blacks there, we're not the majority. They're able to rule themselves today, thanks to Russia. But Russia not come colonize them. Are they against Russia for in fact, they are against any colonial mass at this particular time. So, but you don't think say it is important for we supposed for begin to take control of we own
100%, 100%. That's the Pan-Africanism we want to talk about now.
So if you agree 100%, why you not try for localizing first? Because when you say you agree for that, we take control of we own future, then we try for localizing into individual countries. Because Niger right now are they against military coup? But looking at the history of this so-called democratic leaders now, Africa, they are just an extension to the continuing colonialization. So, you know, things.
Well, yes, Doctor. But again, let's look at Nigeria. Let's go back to Nigeria.
Okay.
If you look at Nigeria, number one, this man with the overthrow, it comes from a really minority group.
Yeah, not about 1% of the population.
Exactly. Right? And if you look at what England do in 2 years, a better pass what the other president and don't do for the last 15 years.
Name me one.
From security to economy, the economy grew last year 7%.
From what? From security?
From security, right? In Nigeria, before this thing now, for the last 2 years, we know the one terrorist attack. When Nigeria they get terrorist attack, when Burkina Faso they get terrorist attack, when Sudan they get the same, when all the area they get the same, but not Nigeria.
Last year, 417 army man then died from attack from the rebels then, Niger.
When?
I said 2021. 2022, sorry.
2021. This man takes power 2 years ago.
I'm talking about 2022.
2022. Okay.
Yeah.
That may be possibility, but if you look at Nigeria as a whole, it's much more secure than Mali, than Burkina Faso, than Sudan, than Chad, than any of the neighbors around there. And the economy bigger, it grow faster than any one of them around there. Okay. And this man was elected overwhelming majority.
Okay.
In fact, before he even signed the power, then they overthrow the government. They don't want to come in.
Okay. So you still believe say the need for reform, irrespective of what the Niger people then say.
It needs to be restored because this man was elected until in time over, sir. Because if we go this route, if we begin this route and allow this route to go on, it will happen all over the continent.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's not the risk on that one day. But a government that is pro people should not be overthrown.
Exactly.
But it seems like this guy is not pro people because what we understand, even the election, it was actually France that actually installed that they sponsored that guy. They say he able for win the election, both resources, finance and campaign.
Yeah, well, Doctor, I mean, if we want to look how many leaders in Africa different people and they pop up for become president, it would be all over the continent.
Yeah, no, not true. I agree with you. So, okay, let's disagree to agree for say yes, indeed, it is time for Africa begin to take responsibility on their own future, their own country, and their own resources without interference. I'm not against bilateral trade and other things, then, but it has to be within the realm of the interest of both countries. For example, France, if France wants for continue for get influence in Africa, it has to stop exploiting African resources. Let them come in and try to sit down at the table like equals. Let them make agreement and make sure say the people on both sides, the French people and the African people, or whatever country in Africa, make them get at least, if not equal, but kind of a comparable benefits in the transaction, and not just a master-slave relationship.
Doctor, I cannot agree more with you, but until Africa unites, because right now, Niger by itself, Sierra Leone by itself, any trade we will do with any other country in the West, it's a lost trade.
I agree. I totally agree with you, Mr. The other thing why I want to agree with you is the fact that even the West African monetary currency way them in the bill, most of the countries, the Francophone countries, be one for actually switch. France threatened them for say if they left the CFA franc, then there will be a consequence for their leaders. Then they so until Africa actually look at itself and say no waiting to help with waiting the external former colonial or whatever you call them, then think it is time for let we take responsibility of we own future and we own picking them. I totally agree with you. I thank you very much for Canada program. I really enjoy the discussion because hopefully the people that were listening then learn a lot from you. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. I will wait for you when you announce the candidacy. We'll still wait, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Well, right now, the APC gets a little bit of internal problems where we actually want for solve first. Until we solve that one day, anything where somebody say right now is just not actually, fruitful. So let we solve with internal problems then first, which I believe we are able to solve if we are ready. I already say we get a summit in October here in the United States, APCUSA summit. So I still try to forget the details. Now Washington. So then we go sit down and go to the drawing board and try for settle them problems. And after that, then maybe the next coming year or so, we'll go. You want the way one for run, including me. We'll go announce with intention by God's power.
Inshallah. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was a very interesting and very good conversation. I really appreciate that. These are some of the conversation where I want to involve myself in, trying for, learn from the viewers, because like what I tell you now, sometimes my own idea is not good enough. There are people where they listen to me will get a better idea for explain to me. And now so anybody who want to improve, become a better person, you get for open up to diverse ideas. They just say no more my own way or the other way. So I want to thank Mr. Abdul Sise for coming and give your own opinion. I really, really appreciate that, Mr. Sise. Really, really, really. Next time, come back. Anytime you are welcome for come contribute. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Gabo is, I think he gets problem with in network, but hopefully next week he will come. All right. Let's go to Emmanuel Tamba James. This is really a good program. I'm happy to say the truth. Thank you very much, my brother. And Muriza Kontewaka, because I think I've been on past this person. All right, let's go to Nancy Thomas Rogers. We are praying for Doctor to be a president candidate. We will vote for him. Thank you very much. By God's power. Mr. Dawda, even the AU is not immune to disintegration. Oh yeah, I agree with you. If you not be careful, because right now, Niger, Guinea, Algeria, Burkina Faso, and Mali, 5 countries already don't declare say if they attack Niger, that is an attack on them. Kind of a collective responsibility. So what happened if 5 countries now they fight other brothers from ECOWAS? It's very, very awful. Very, very awful. It tells you that ECOWAS is not by itself. It's been used. It's been used, and now we are disintegrating. Yeah, you still get a problem, Mr. Gabo. Let me see again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's in the gun with your network. I think your network is giving up. All right, so let's move on. Right now you don't froze anyway, Mr. Gabo. Mama, for I say Doc has many votes if he continue in this line. Always country first, my brother. I know say even the I know say even Madabio, he get for votes for me. Hey, If you see Madabio, na yai komoto na this program, ask him. He don't come on my program 2 times. Ask Mr. Kaboom. Before he become president, me almost most people them we now politicians they don't come on my program over the past 13 years. So now me are the first person who Madabio they left in young party they vote for me. Hi, Mr. Lucy say, Mr. That claim about the APC being okay, we don't already pass this. I don't agree, explain them. Ibrahim Jawara, based it on facts. Good luck. Well, we don't know what I respond to, so unfortunately. Bokari Sao, until EBK take his knee off the neck of APC, their suffering of division continue. Okay. If APC no come out beyond EBK, Payansane, by Mahmoud, Abdul Kabo, and Samora Kamara, we now go lost again in 2018. All right. Mr. Kabo, you still frozen. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, are they read though? Are they where they read?
Nah, yeah, no, you better now. You better. Now, you clear. All right. If APC no come out behind EBK, Payansane by Mahmoud, Abdul Kabo, and Samora, we now go lost again in 2028. When our party is still undemocratic, look where them bulldoze through the lower level election just to force Osamu on the people. I take the fifth. I take the fifth. I will say people like you have no moral ground to dictate APC state of affairs because the position of some of you is nothing like democratic APC or whatnot. So forget it. He's talking about you, Mr. Kabo. The guy will come.
What happened?
Just really say people like you have no moral grounds to dictate APC state of affairs because the position of some of you is nothing like democratic APC or what not. So forget it.
I doubt if actually I don't know what he meant because I didn't say any. I don't take any part on decision making on APC.
No, when you've been talking say APC, then they look up to the grassroots.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a model. I mean, it could be a positive model, but sometimes it goes negative, especially when you have people who are, I mean, like, I want to give you another scenario because I told you of the Binti Mani when they stood before the young guys saying, no, we're not they go, making their hands like, we're not they go. It's 10, 11 years to 25 years old. They consulted them, we're not they go, we not agree. That I give you an example. The audio is there. You will see it when Yansane stood up there and asking the people. It's not something secret. All right. Now, the next thing I want to tell you is about this boycott of the boycott of the parliament. You understand, right? The parliamentarians boycotting. That came from the grassroots. That came from, let me show you the route it came from. It came from a guy from Europe. And then People's Power in Sierra Leone pick it up. And he broadcast it. He found out that's a good idea. And he has a very good mic. I mean, he is a very eloquent guy. He knows how to speak and he can convince people. So he convinced a lot of the grassroots. And while this was going on, Adebayo picked it up there. And he said, NCU, the grassroots are the people who said, let the parliamentarians don't go. Well, I support you. So that's how this thing came up. You see the route it went to, and all these people are grassroots. They are not even voters. They don't even vote for SLPP. If I lie, what I'm saying to you, Mohamed Bangura is a witness to tell you that there has never been a official meeting convened by the authorities of the party with regards to the boycotting. Mohamed Bangura is a witness. He will testify that to you.
No, there was, because I've been in that salon. There was a meeting. Right. The only meeting, the problem with the meeting was not like for make them go discuss. Let them hear from the other members of parliament their own opinion about that. It was kind of a message where they go convey for same. Now this the party don't take anybody we know they follow. You are doing it on your own peril. So yeah, but but the meeting was kind of can't tell you say that's so we don't decide.
It's a tell meeting. It's not just a meeting of instructions. It's not like a participatory meeting. So then it's not a proper meeting.
Okay.
All right.
Now, let's go to so stay truthful, balanced, and transparent. So, Doctor, we are waiting for your announcements for the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Now wait some they come. Michael Coca, come on, APC value the grassroots. The grassroots we are trampled upon during the lower level election. How is that respecting the grassroots? This now you again.
Yeah. Well, in the grassroots, first and foremost, APC is divided. You have the team A and the other teams B, C, and D. So that I will tell you for fact. So it seems like the team A has more voice, where the Adebayos, the People's Power, the Rising Sun, and the Fofana in England and in America, Quetta in London, and Cashbox. They have a powerful voice to their group, and they all in the team A. So definitely that's how it came about.
So we were not the team A. We all
yeah.
I hear you. Michael Coca, I'd like to say I am not dictating to the APC, just a suggestion which you guys can. Okay, not to you, Ibine. I think Ibine talked to Michael Coca. Sorry. Sule Kamara, this guy that is talking is very. Oh, okay. Sule Kamara, come on. I don't know why they talk about, but come on. All right. I don't know if he talk. I
read it. I get it here. They said this guy that is talking is very stupid. I accept that. Doesn't matter.
No, I don't know whether now you or now the one that way the callers them. We don't know because two people then come in and can't talk. It could be me. It could even be me. I don't know. All right, one more before I say truth hurts, my brother. Let APC continue to be in denial. It is their own cup of tea. I would like to say sovereignty in this case is nothing because the risk of the escalation of military coups in the sub-region without stopping it are bigger than the consequences of stopping it now. Yeah, we don't talk about that. And unfortunately, Mr. Kabo, you miss a very, very fruitful, very, very educative conversation between me and Abdul. It was very, very fruitful. I really like people like Abdul Sise for come once in a while and give your opinion. These are some of the people that we are one for entertain me program for at least once in a while, because when somebody they talk with intelligence and smartness, they enjoy the discussion. So yeah, but the other thing is we're supposed for stop right now for stop. The leaders their way after their 2 terms of office constitutionally done, they want for voting the constitution for making them continue. That's now one of the biggest coup where we're not supposed for tolerate in Africa at all. Because you know what? When you change the constitution, it is not only about a particular coup. Now it's about the eternity of the country. Because when you change the constitution, the next first way they come, they take advantage of that. The next first way they come, they take advantage of that. So you get, infinity coups. But sometimes the military could a bad thing actually, to be honest with you. But sometimes now for just a small period of time. For example, in Africa, in Salon, the NPRC make a coup, 1990, 1992, 1996, they are out. So the country continues. But when you change the constitution, that's not the real coup that one day for the country. So now them kind of people then they we suppose for attack, for stop. You see, Mr. Gabo, the irony here about this particular topic is, you see, you get people them like, is it Hassan Walata? I think that's Senegal, right? Hassan Walata. I don't know what's in my name again. The guy who want to change the constitution for make it continue for rule. And this is the same guy will condemn the Niger coup. The same guy, So you see the delusional behavior of some of the leaders there. So if you say what you do, not a coup,
I have a question for you, Mr. Mankota, which is very prevalent over the media, especially with the opposition. Did Madabio at any point in time change the constitution? If it does, what section did it change?
Madabi not change no constitution yet.
Because that's what I'm hearing from the media. I don't know. I always wonder when I listen to this guy, really, where did this guy change the constitution?
Madabi not change no constitution. Anybody will tell you Madabi will change the constitution, I don't like you. He not change no constitution. There were some suggestions from the CRC. Some of the CRC, and not to Madabi, you actually give the suggestion. This was during the APC. You remember?
Right.
Justice Cowan. We even Brian Kanaya, we talk to her sometimes. Also, yeah.
Right.
They made a suggestion. I don't know what happened with Ernest Koroma not being actually follow up after they present their suggestion on them. So some of them suggestion in the Madabi come, it can't implement them. So maybe in that one day people there. Well, the suggestion they are good suggestions. To be honest with you, I like them suggestion a day. And
well,
now we are the APC self-sponsor for make Justin Cohen go through the constitution and review it and make some adjustment. I'm not thinking about it.
Okay, thank you for clearing that.
Yeah. All right. Let's move to Nancy Thomas Rogers. I'd like to say, I don't think you have been following this program. If the APC think the election was rigged, produce your evidence. How can you say it was because Jonah did it? Top did the same thing. Likewise, Kone. Bring your proof. Well, I was gonna ask actually, but I'll let it go anyway.
It is a logical conclusion. It's not practical. It's logical.
It's okay. Nancy Thomas Rogers, the APC made up this BS. They knew they lost the election free and fair, so they demanded projector at the 11th hour to deflect and fool their gullible supporter. They are following the footsteps of Donald Trump. Hey, Baba, we don't turn on Donald Trump. We are big. Let not be like Donald Trump. All right, Shasam, that caller was engaging. Yeah, really. I like Abdul Sissim, and even the other caller from Sierra Leone. You know, now a very good thing for Eri from them today. Mata Bangura is watching. Okay, Mata Bangura, thank you very much for watching. And the last one is so sure. Indeed, that is a coup. If you can change the constitution, we need to make it impossible for a president to change the constitution. Yep. That is the first thing we were supposed to forfeit. When I remember during the time of Ernest Bai Koroma, right? The third time after you. I don't think say Ernest Koroma be one change the constitution. And if you be one for change the constitution, enough of them get a chance. You know why? To be honest with you now, if Ernest Koroma be one change that constitution day, and the APC supporter, he was going to do it. The SLPP not for being able to stop him. Because most of the leaders of the SLPP were in the pocket of Ernest Bai Koroma. So you see, but you know what happened? That particular third term was fought by the APC themselves against Ernest Bai Koroma. Now we self-fed Ernest Koroma for saying nothing, they happen.
Sam Sumana is one.
Yeah. So hopefully,
to name a few.
So hopefully, when Madam be one attempt, before we now the APC come in, we want to see the SLPP then stand up like the way we stand up against Ernest Bai Koroma, say no, this constitution is going to continue 2 terms. If you're not able to do anything within the 2 terms, you can go. Not only the only Sierra Leonean way capable for lead the country. I hope so. Madabi, I don't think so Madabi will even attempt for doing anyway. I don't think so. But in any case, I just want to thank everybody who came to the program and contribute. Their contributions are then very, very educative, informative, and interesting too. And Mr. Gabo, it's been a pleasure back after your 3 years vacation. So
all right, Mr. Mankota, I appreciate seeing you back. But just to let you know, I never miss any of your programs. I watch them every day. Even if I miss them, I will Google them and I get them on YouTube or Facebook.
We miss your contribution. Your contribution makes the program very, very lively. We miss.
Yeah, because I'm SLPP.
Well, that's you see, we have to be balanced, right?
Right. That's correct.
Yeah. All right. Sanfa Tarawali say, good afternoon. I am watching from California now. My question is, what is the next plan for APC? Because Mohamed Bangura has done his own to represent you guys. Okay. Mr. Kabo, this is not a young question, I'm a young question. So don't say anything here.
But you know, that is from my constituency that guy came from.
Yeah, I know.
All right. We are just half a mile away from my village to his village. Half a mile.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I talked to Mohamed before actually he make that decision. I think I've been in a salon. I talked to them. And even after me, you don't talk behind the scene. Then I promise, because he wants me for make a brand kind program for make he can't tell the people them waiting he want for do. So a brand kind of program. I've been in a salon. He can't tell exactly. I mean, you know, say Mohamed Bangura was not going to allow for making them bullion, because he tell me behind the scene. So he's not gonna accept that. If that's nine they make, let them pull on the APC, let them pull on no more. But he's not going to accept. Mohamed Bangura was so furious, not because of the decision where they make, now because of the dictator, the dictation where they go, where they call for say, what's my name? Minkal Mansare. He said he talked for over 1.5 hours. He just talk monologue, a monologue, say, okay, now this, the executive don't agree on, so therefore, this is what is going to happen. And he said he threatened them. You know, the Mohamed Bangura na typical Timini. He don't like threat. The moment he threatens, I say, okay, talk at me. If you talk about pass, I am him there. So I talk to Mohamed. I say, okay, what is going to happen? I say, no, here they go. And he go, man. Well, let me just answer this man in question. You see, Mr. Sanfa, thank you very much for this question. You see, I don't know if you're in APC or not, because I hear you say, what is next plan for the APC? All right, because you guys, you say Mohamed Bangura, because Mohamed Bangura has done his own to represent you guys. So probably you mean we win at the APC. We there against the boycott. Me, I there against the boycott from the beginning. Because I realize that's the most stupid idea where a national political party. You they go boycott parliament. The people of Sierra Leone voted for those people. They're not only for the party. All right, let me. Mr. Gabo, let me. If you don't ready, just let them call you hand so that I will bring you come back. Okay. I know. So what are they trying to talk about? We have to understand that the country, irrespective of voting away on differences, the country is bigger than any political party. The 54 people were right now, well, not to 54, actually 53, because Mohamed Bangura now make 54. The 53 people that were boycott, so these people are not only going to represent the APC party, they are going to represent constituencies where people they need help, they want to be represented. So we can disagree with the SLPP or ECSL, what did they do? Understand? But for the fact that we leaders them, then get the bold mind and tell then threaten, because they tell you now for free. Most of the leaders them, the parliamentarians them, most of us say then they in favor of this boycott too. But then they're afraid. Yes, then they can't talk. But behind the scene, if you talk to some of them people, and they go tell you, me, I don't know why for boycott. When they can na public and can't talk and talk with them. Some of them and they were in favor. You understand? So what happened after? I think it's going to be 13 more days. What happened after 13 days? Now, if you're not able for slotting the next list of people, then the SLPP by default, because according to the election law, the second person or the second party, now most of them constituencies then or them district then now then they take over. So there is nothing like a by-election, like a constituency level. No, we'll not get a by-election again. So what will happen? If you no go, the time pass, then the SLPP automatically now then get for come in and take over that seat where you vacate. Then imagine now who find now your place, not to Sanda.
Yes, Nadi.
Yeah, one constituency in Sanda where they vote for somebody, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Then this APC person. Now, all of a sudden, that person there, not only can represent you. Now another person where they not vote for, now you can represent that constituency. Who's can sense where he make?
Well, that now the PR system. Now you allow that.
Yeah, but what are the type of talk about? Why we leaders they allow the emotions they overcome them for take this drastic decision? Well, first of all, in the first place, they're not supposed to take this decision, number one, because it's devastating for the APC party. You know, they help the APC for penny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we really leaders they want for help, the APC grassroots, like when Mr. Kabo they talk, so the guy with the grassroots, the APC want for help. The first thing where they're supposed for them for being do. Now, when I say the APC win the election, you know they just can't announce say, oh, the APC now then win the election. Where is your evidence? Bring in me. I call them. Why I didn't have freedom? I call them. I call some of them. I say, okay, if this is true, can you please just give me the result? If I'm afraid for poster, me the poster, because me no say there is no law again as long as the ECSL don't announce the result. Any result where you pull now, it's not the only because you can't announce the result. No. So they said, you know, they said they send them to you. 30 they are not received penny, I not received nothing.
Yeah, Mr. Mankota, not to cut you on. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on in the APC. Sometimes when you are somewhere, you know they see what they go on. Somebody where they see they'll find a defense. Now they know. You know, they now they call that's our left from Naditimi. Now, what APC is about is that one, the authorities know very well that they offend the grassroots like you. They offend a lot of people at the grassroots, almost all the grassroots. They offend them for failure to put things together for this election, for them to win this election. Now, what are they going to do now? What are they doing now? They're going to find a way where they go pull another head, let the grassroots they not blame them, let them push on to the grassroots. Say now, I've been telling you say no do this. I make I tell you say the idea of boycotting came from the grassroots. And this is an opening where the APC they look for the authorities for making them get right for hold the blame about this boycott. Now the grassroots say let them boycott, so they accept it. Now whatever the consequences, they go say una the grassroots they una say boycott. So this is what I'm telling you. It's a give and take issue.
Yeah, but Mr. Kabo, you know they generalize the grassroots. If not few people, then she don't know more talk. So because when you say a grassroots, the APC party, now a national party, it gets a lot of people there when our members them. You know, to one or two, three, four people and waiting on social media, they rant about whatever. Some of them they're not even voting they go home. And then when they go for say okay, because then maybe we take them saying popular people then, so therefore when they don't talk, so now everybody don't talk. That is the wrong way. But anyway, let me just answer this guy. Sanfa, what do the APC need for do right now? First of all, we need for swallow we pride as a party for the sake of the country and go to parliament. That's number one. Let us send them the young boys then they where the people then don't act. If we get grievances, we know what's in the avenue there, the process was supposed to be done. We get a lot of legal minded people there. Okay, so let we go to parliament back for let we go represent the people that we vote for win. Number two, let we go back to the drawing board. Let we go sit down and let we just sincerely sit down and look inwardly and say what went wrong, what happened, and let we not forget to take responsibility of the mistakes that we don't do as a political party. It's not about pointing fingers, but as a political party, we sit down. Okay, now XYZ, now there we go wrong. So how we go able for solve them problems here? We go wrong. We see that this not the solution, this not the solution, this not the solution. We try for implement them solutions and they tell you if we do that, if we are willing to accept responsibility and say maybe we did not do the right thing. People are very, very angry because of what happened at the lower level election and even during the election. Then what happened again, we leaders the way been the direct we was out with then they tell we how they go, then they actually betray we. Because if you guide somebody, then after it reaches at the middle of the ocean, you come out, you say, well, it's all yours, so me don't pull hand. I know what them call again. If that person they died at that was a day, you are also responsible. So we have to be sincere. So we members them for say we made a mistake. We thought it was going to be easy. It was not easy. We thought those who were telling us to do this were sincere. They were not sincere. And now we will never agree again for a few people within the party for make them dictate within they happen. If we able to solve them problems then we forgive everybody, say we are very sorry. Anybody where them don't hurt na the APC party because of the party, let we come together because it is only when we get a collective interest na we will able to succeed. Individual interest no will able to make the APC party succeed. And this is something that me believe in for saying so we do at this time. For go and talk say we know they go to parliament because they rogue we well if they rogue you bring evidence, you not get evidence. What do you mean by they rogue me? Even if they rogue you, if they're gonna court, you go tell somebody saying this person don't kill person or this person don't steal so thing, you know, come with evidence. You say, well, I just want you for make you believe say yes, that person don't steal this particular thing. Any sensible person you know go take you serious. The same thing with leaders them. They say they rogue we. How do you know say they rogue we? You get evidence? Yes, we get evidence. Where is the evidence? No, we're not giving the evidence. Instead, what's it then say? Then say, well, we they try for send the evidence, then they to Deloitte, now America now then get one company with the audit. They say that they send the other form to Deloitte for make them able to audit. Why they go spend money for make them go audit? Other form una don't get una sign una everybody all the what they call signature then they do. All what you need for do is compile them together, present, and to the public, let the public know, say, hey, when we say they're rogue, if we are not believe, here are the evidence. Very simple. But then they take we as people, the way stupid, way dumb. And unfortunately, a lot of we buy into that. You hear somebody, you go tell him, oh, they're rogue, we. But if you ask them, how? They go say, well, the party says so. That is the problem we'll get. But let me focus on how we go able to resolve this problem. This is something that is going on. In 2018, we had the same problem. They say, what's it then say? They say they're rogue. Now we not being the people that way they na power. Now we conduct this election. With the election what we conduct, we say they're rogue back. Come on, guys. This is the problem. This is the madness way I see within some of who members them. Me conduct the election, then win me, I say then rogue me. And now, me when at the power, when in the power, we're supposed to be, the guardians of all this election. So you see, anybody when not agree for accept responsibility of the mistakes. It's always to repeat the same mistake. And I hope the APC party at this time, after 2 times we make mistake, this time around, we will accept CS, we made mistakes, and let's fix this mistake sincerely. Let we not begin playing mind games on the people that we trust with. No, we're not supposed to do that. We have to be sincere with the people there. Because me believes if somebody give you power, not to foresee you get blessing pass them, not to foresee you get education pass them, maybe you will get money pass them, or you get influence pass them. But it give you power not to because of their factors and it give you power because it trusts you. Trust. And the moment you betray that trust, everything else is no matter. This is the problem where some of we get. We have to be sincere with the people. If like when we lose the election, we come out and say, well, we try, we did our level best, it didn't work. So let's move on. Let we go sit down back and find a way how we're able to solve some of the problems that will happen. I swear to God, like all the nonsense here where they continue to happen, so enough for being continue, enough for being happen. But we are not trustworthy.
But the thing is, Mr. Mankota, who will trust APC saying they rogue them for the election, just like you mentioned? Under APC, SLPP not just come into power. They pass through APC election, were conducted by the APC government. They have everything we can think of, all the institutions. Madabio won the elections. They still deny, say no win. They say, they begin bring so many excuses, say, oh, they say now 10 years. So they say, then go sign with Madabio, and Samura go sign, now go make that mistake, they go sign. Say, okay, now 5 years, after 5 years, then the gang. I mean, and I'm telling you, this is in the minds of the people. And up to the time where Madabio finished in first time, about half of the population of APC no ever accept, say, Madabio now the president of the country. There are very prominent broadcast radios or whatever, like Weird. They even they stigmatize him by calling him the caretaker. They refuse to call him a president. You know how many followers are there on the Weird? They refuse to call him president for the past 5 years. They said a caretaker because he didn't win the election. So now he conduct the election. Again, they said he rogue them. They conduct it, the man rogue them. Madabio conduct the election, he rogue them. What is this? You guys sit down and consolidate yourselves and find out what's going on.
Yeah, we'll go try that. We'll go do level best for make sure. Say, it will be very difficult for smaller voices than within the ocean, and it happened for BC. We are the smaller voices them, and a lot of people they hate we. I tell you one thing: some people they hate we. They therefore hate we because it seems like we are not toeing the line. That is the problem we don't get. With we, but when you look at, you sit down carefully and listen to people like we, any sensible, any sincere person go say, this Bobo, this guy, they talk, what did they talk now? Sensible day they talk. It actually help the APC. But now we all supposed for just throw the line. If we go further on our time, we all go further on our time. And the problem is not of us say where we go further on our time. None the problem. Then with the line say we know they on inside water. We don't inside water, we say we're not inside water. That is the danger. Anyway, let me just quickly finish the new comments them. James Milton, my guy says Sierra Leone will rise again. Let us all give our full support to make Sierra Leone a better place for an existence. Psych Bar say, please come on here twice a week. Well, I'll be one for Duam, but who can order that? I go see. I go see. I go see. Hi, Abdullah Samuel Kalawa. You have missed the PR system law. Okay. Sir, I love your program because you always say the truth, and I will continue to follow your program. Secondly, please advise Adebayo. He started again with his bad information to the people of Sierra Leone. He wanted to divide our beloved country. Well, it's unfortunate anyway. I hope you listen to the speech of the president. What is your opinion? I begin listening, but not being done for listening. I will listen and back for make I able get an opinion on that. Maybe next week I will get an opinion on that. Sorry about that, my brother. Bashiru Bari.
It is. Let me just give you an synopsis. It is the shortest speech ever since in the history of Sierra Leone.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
It has the richest content ever since in the history of Sierra Leone. The shortest and the richest.
I will listen. I will listen.
Precise and to the point.
Okay. Well, it's good to have a very good speech. It's another thing for make you able accomplish what you promise, because how many times we mother be say a guy employee 500,000. We'll go see. But she right. Say the truth, my brother, but the APC will never listen. Well,
they will never. That's true.
get money for run election, then go get money for pay an American firm to audit their RTF form. They should be honest to the people by telling them that they didn't have polling agents in all polling stations. Yeah. Anyway, that's all we have for today. Mr. Abu, thank you very much again for Canada program. So we'll go see you back next week. We'll go see you back next week, the same time, the same place. Please continue. Do you if you didn't YouTube, we'll share this to other people then, because the more we get people them where they listing some of them programs here, the more we able for convince more souls. Because to be honest with the country, it is at a crossroads. Everybody they try for divide win. That this line they go on. Then they try for push further. The other side they try for push further. Then we have some kind of a hole, a black hole. And the black hole is very, very dangerous. So now that black hole that we want for fill in with patriotic Sierra Leoneans. For say yes, indeed, we are going to be a bridge between the two political parties there. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you're not APC and SLPP. You can be APC, SLPP, but you are still patriotic. Like me, so. Everybody knows me now APC. I don't need an APC for the past 20 years. But yet still, I am patriotic. I take my country first. That is my motto. That is my objectives. So if we get a lot of people then, we able for strengthen that gap for try for cement for say yes, no, we cannot allow you to push us to the left or push us to the right. We want a better Sierra Leone. I thank you very much again, Mr. Gabo. Thank you very much for Canada program again.